morning, South Africa. Welcome to yet another amazing episode of Vooka Breakfast Show. Now, I hope you're feeling fantastic. Whether you're on your way to work, on your way to school, or you're just chilling at home and enjoying some downtime, I hope you're also going to enjoy the show that we have for you today. And obviously, I go by the name of Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze. But to the darker the berry, the sweeter than Tuntun. And I'm going with my fellow beautiful co-sister.
Oh yes, Mzansi, grand and peaceful rising to you at home, on your way to work, wherever you may be. My name is Tisi Gamazibugo Shabalala, your prime cut creative and your positivity dose of the day. Of course, it's another amazingly, energetically vibrant episode of the Vooka Breakfast Show. And of course, we have some jam-packed episode for you, so don't go anywhere. Without even getting anywhere, let us get the show started. We have Mwekezi, my money, over on the other part of the studio, and he has something for you. Mwekezi, my money, how are you, my brother?
Interesting and epic mornings what we bring you right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. By the way, I am good. Thank you so much, ladies. And how are you doing on this beautiful morning?
We are doing fantastic.
It's a vibrant morning. I'm great, Mwekezi. I can't wait to get the show started.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of getting the show started, when you see me right here is when you fix your itinerary, when you fix your bucket list. But today we're going to be doing it different because as the famous of the iconic Nelson Mandela, education is the key to success. Definitely you can see what is happening behind my background. That is going to be our picture of the day, which is the UJ. In full is the University of Johannesburg. Surely you want to know the background information about the University of Johannesburg. The history of where it comes from. Did it start as a UJ when it started off? It's something that we're just going to be finding out right now in a second. So let me give you just a background information about UJ that you didn't know. Yes, someone, maybe your friend goes there and definitely they've spent some time going to UJ, and you've known people who went there, whether it's lecturers or students that have been to the University of Johannesburg. So the UJ was established on January 2005 and is a public university in Johannesburg, South Africa, formed from the merge of Rand Afrikaans University, which is the RAU, Rand Afrikaans University, Technikon, Witwatersrand, and Vista University, Soweto, and East Rand campuses with over 50,000 students, including 3,000 international students from 80 countries. UJ is one of the Africa's largest comprehensive universities. Its creation was part of the National Plan for Higher Education in 2001, which restructured the country's higher education system, reducing institutions from 36 to 22. So UJ embodies a unique identity and also reflecting South Africa's diversity and bridging historical divides. The university's history is rooted in its predecessors, Technikon Witwatersrand, tracing back to 1903. Witwatersrand Technical Institute primarily served white students under British influence. The RAU, which is the Rand African University, founded in 1966, catered to African speakers during apartheid, but saw increasing diversity after 1994, and was designed to provide accessible tertiary education to African students in urban township. And UJ's formation united these diverse institutions, fostering inclusivity, innovation, and South Africa's educational landscape. Today, we've got over 50,000 black students who are accepted in the University of Johannesburg, which is something good. We are seeing, involvement in a higher education segment and also in the Department of Higher Education. It's something that they've been speaking about the ministers of education. They've been speaking and also enhancing students to go and learn about different things that the university, of course, that it offers. So you gotta let me know what you think about the UJ. If you've ever been to UJ in terms of the courses that they offer, just let me know right there on the comment section on YouTube and Facebook using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So I'm just going to ask the ladies if perhaps they know where University of Johannesburg is located. Do you ladies know where University of Johannesburg is located?
It depends on which campus you're talking about.
Tell me about all of the campuses that you know.
Bunting Road campus, which is obviously there in the Auckland Park, Braamfontein Wharf area. So yeah, that's the one that I'm commonly, acquainted with.
Yeah, definitely. We also advise, people to go on Google and just to know more about what the university offers in terms of the courses that you want to do. If you want to do hospitality, if you want to do engineering, the university offers a variety of courses right there. If you are you want to become a student right there and there's a course that you want to dedicate yourself into, definitely check out their website right there on Google. Just go to Google and type University of Johannesburg. All of the information will be displayed for you and you will never miss anything when it comes to knowing what you want to know about University of Johannesburg. So definitely that is where we're going to end it today. Our picture of the day was University of Johannesburg. Just let me know what you think right there in the comment section by using hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Now I'm going to take it back to the ladies to tell us what do we have today on the show.
Hey, so we actually have a pretty jam-packed show. I don't know if you guys remembered yesterday I said we have something in store for you, but I never went fully into details. So guess what? To our amazing viewers out there, we'll be running a ticket giveaway for the Rand Show. But for more details, you need to make sure that you also stay tuned to our social media pages. And you never know, you could win a double ticket for you and your loved one to also go out to the Rand Show. And who knows, you might also be able to spot us in the crowd, depending on where you are looking. And we also have our health and fitness expert today, who'll be coming in to tell us more about how what are the good things to do for your body and sometimes even your mentality. And then obviously today is Choose Must Ketela chooser. So you'll be able to tell us who are you choosing today, who makes the Tuesday super perfect for you, and who makes it worth each and every single wake up.
Oh, of course, as Afriberry just explained to you guys, it's another jam-packed episode of the Vooka Breakfast Show with, of course, your everyday favorites right here on the show, your Today in History word of the day. I, for one, cannot wait for you to share with us in what we have in store for you today. So don't forget to subscribe and set your notifications every day so you can catch us live from 7 a.m. until 10 a.m. every weekday, Monday to Friday. And of course, this week is special because we have something just for you. Like Afriberry mentioned, we are going to be giving away tickets to the best day out in Joburg. That is the Rand Show. You know what? That is the place to be this Easter, to spend time with adventure, family, fun, you know what? Discovering, exploration. It's going to be just amazing, and we cannot wait to share in that with you. But without going any further, but to just get started on what promises to be a great show, we are about to go to Mweketi My Money with your news. But before we get there, let's go now for a break, getting you prepped with your weather update.
Once again, a very good morning. Now, these are your first morning headlines. Starting off with the first one, ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa says business does not dictate what happens in a government. Business leaders recently wrote to the ANC and DA leaders, urging them to resolve their differences and preserve the government of national unity. Tension between the parties are at their highest as DA has decided to take ANC to court over the budget that was passed in Parliament this past week. The DA is opposing the 0.5 percentage point VAT increase. Ramaphosa has made it clear that democratically elected leaders are fully capable of making decisions that are independent of business influence. Ramaphosa says the government is still discussing the impact of the new US tariffs on South Africa. He says the country is formulating its responses to the 30% tariff imposed on South African goods entering the US. On the next headline, Communication Minister wants TikTok to pay South African content creators. The Minister of Communication and Digital Technologies wants TikTok to pay South African content creators, despite the country boasting one of the largest TikTok communities in Africa with over 17 million active users. Local creators have been excluded from this financial opportunity. The minister has also proposed a levy for local and international streaming services as a funding solution being considered for the SABC. Mashatile on US tariffs could cause a global recession onto state matters. Paul Mashatile is worried that actions by Trump administration could push into recession. The US imposed 30% tariffs on South African goods among many other countries. That's all for your news headline. Now heading over to your sports news. Starting off with football news. Thabo September reveals a possible key to unlock Azola Matrosa. Chippa United coach Thabo September hopes the club's possible relocation to East London will help winger Azola Matrosa rediscover his form after a tough stint at Orlando Pirates. Despite a draw against Golden Arrows, Chippa remains in contention for a top 8 Betway Premiership finish with 2 games in hand. September focuses on developing talent and balancing the squad amid expected departures like Sinokolo Kwaiba. He plans to rebuild and maintain a strong core as the team looks ahead to next season, emphasizing hard work and growth for both players and coaches. On the other football headlines, La Liga appealed decisions allowing Barcelona's Olmo to play again. La Liga appealed the Spanish Sports Council, the CSD ruling allowing Barcelona players Dani Olmo and Pau Victor to play until season's end, claiming it violates financial control rules. The CSD deemed the cancellation of their registration null and void, but La Liga argued their license expires on December 31st. Barcelona facing financial struggles sold VIP boxes for £100 million to comply with the fair play rules, but La Liga stated the revenue wasn't recorded in accounts. The CSD granted temporary player permissions in January with a final decision pending. Barcelona's summer spending hinges on resolving these financial disputes. Now heading over to your cricket news, Mapaka receives first Proteas contract and Hendrik Klaasen's international future in doubt. Kwena Mapaka has earned his first Proteas contract alongside debutant Lizard Williams and Sanurei Mutusami for the 2025-2026 season. Discussion about Hendrik Klaasen's future are ongoing after he only signed a white ball contract last year. David Miller and Rassie van de Dusen secured hybrid contracts for select tours and ICC events. Wian Mulder, David Bedingham and Kyle Verreyn received contract upgrades, while John Fuchina and Andile Pehluwayo lost their contract. The contracts cover a busy season including the World Test Championship final, bilateral tours and preparation for the 2027 Cricket World Cup. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more sports and news updates throughout the show. Don't forget to share your thoughts on these headlines with us on social media using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, and you can send us your voice note on 060-493-3226. Now, let us head over to your latest traffic update with TC Amazibugu.
Hey family.
Hi.
My name is Tisiga Mazibugo Shabalala.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
My name is Musi Mist.
My name is Ketua Ketumgunu.
On the Vooka
Vooka Breakfast Show.
Every weekdays from 7 a.m.
to 10 a.m.
This is where we are going to have our topical discussion featuring various aspects from different fields.
We're going to take care of you and it's going to be amazing, man. Right now I'm on the set of the Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blink-On Network.
Do not forget to subscribe.
That's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms.
Vooka.
See you there.
Musi Mist.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
Catch us every weekday morning, Monday to Friday between 7 and 10.
Right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blink-On Network.
Always bringing you the best content possible.
Vooka Nati, wake up with us and kickstart your day on a great note.
This is your energetic start to the day.
It's another hustle and bustle on the roads. So here is your latest Vooka traffic. The N1 northbound Enya-Turena Western Bypass is crawling with traffic, and the ramp to the Golden Highway R55-3 is heavily congested. There's an incident causing a slowdown in Midrand on the N1 northbound. The on-ramp at New Road heading from Allendale Road M39 East is affected. In Midrand, on the N1 southbound at Olifantsfontein Road, traffic is disrupted and one of the 6 lanes is closed. This closure might cause delays for southbound travelers. Traffic is building up in Noordwijk on the N1 southbound at the Olifantsfontein Road. The congestion is affecting the ramp from Samrand Avenue M36. There's been a crash in Swartkop on the N1 southbound just before the Brockfontein interchange. The ramp from the John Foster Drive M19 is affected and the emergency lane is closed. In Linwood, on the N1 northbound at Atterbury Road, a stationary vehicle is causing disruptions. The ramp from Atterbury Road M11 West is affected and one of the 4 lanes is closed. Expect delays and drive cautiously. That is all from me, Tisiga Mazibugo, from your Vooka traffic. Now let's get into what promises to be yet another energetic dose of your day.
Friends, come along with the Vooka team as time is spent
at the Vision Board and Pizza event out at Curiosity in Maboneng,
aimed at promoting positivity, creativity that breeds longevity.
Enjoy tasks like silent reading,
vision boarding, and live performances.
Vooka Breakfast Show brings you all things great and amazing with Sacred Sundays
in collaboration with Mwari Pizza for Vision Board and Pizza.
Well, yeah, Sugar Blossom made me. Yes.
Wow.
25 minutes past 7, it is the time, and you are watching the Vooka Breakfast Show, your energetic starter of the day. Located in the heart of Johannesburg is Soweto, Dobsonville. That is where we are streaming live. My name is Moketi Maimane once again, and I am not alone right here. Joining me is 2 beautiful ladies on the table. Good morning, ladies, and how are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Mo. We're doing fantastic, and you?
I am doing fine, man. I'm doing fine. It's a Tuesday morning. You know, Tuesdays are all about choosing, and definitely you have to choose yourself, but obviously you need to leave some space for other people, right? So obviously choosing myself and choosing my loved ones. TC, how are you doing this morning?
I am amazing, Mo. I am so happy to be here on the show, of course, giving everyone an energetic start to to their day. And of course, one of the best things that I am famous for, which is just, just that little bit Salt Bay of positivity, and of course now we are going into what promises to be one of the best times of the year, which is Easter. And I cannot wait to see what the Vooka Breakfast Show has in store for our listeners and our viewers, because of course they are what makes us who we are.
Definitely. Speaking into what is in store for you guys, you know that for you to converse and engage with us on our social media platforms, what you need to do is to use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. We are live right now on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. So what you need to do on YouTube, just share the live, subscribe, press the notification button so that whenever we go live, you are going to be notified as we unpack content for today. Yes, without wasting any time, I can see there are people who have just joined our chat. Mrs. Tembi Mni, good morning team. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Hashtag Sivugile Rise and Shine. We see you, Miss Tembi Mni, and we actually appreciate your presence today. I hope that you're going to stay with us until the end of the show, because kusazoba mnandi, kusazoba late. And then Nelly Mni, good morning at Vooka Breakfast Show. Happy Tuesday. I choose my man, now soon to be husband.
Ooh.
My heart is full. Only need 2 tickets to rent show for my hubby and I. Hashtag Happy Tuesday. Hashtag yours.
I see them already started, man.
Definitely. What I can
just
tell.
want to know if we were getting invitations to that wedding. Oh my gosh.
The wedding, right? Yeah. I mean, I haven't attended a wedding in forever. And celebrating Black love is something that we are about here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So, I mean, you know what? We're going to wait for that wedding invitation.
We're going to wait for that wedding invitation. And also, speaking of wedding invitation, Miss Nelly, what you need to do is just to stay tuned on the show, because we're going to let you know about the details of how to win those tickets to the rain show, because we are actually 1 week away. Next week, it is the rain show taking place right there at Naturena. Definitely, we can't wait to be with you guys, because that is where we're going to be also broadcasting live and giving you the vibes of what rain show has to give.
Yes.
Right? So definitely looking forward to that. Our producers are going to give us information on how to win those tickets. We can't wait to see you right there. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag to use. And do not forget that our number is up. If you want to send us your voice note or call us in right now in studio, the number to do that is 060-493-3226. It's 060-493-3226. It is the number. Call us right now or send us your voice note and tell us what you think, because right now we're going to be discussing some of the headlines that we just went through on the news headlines. And of course, it speaks to many creators. As you see us right here, we are creators.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
amen to that one.
We are creators.
Content creators.
And definitely, I think we're supposed to having our plagues here. Hey, creators matter lives. What?
Content creator lives matter.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. That's how we unlock our Tuesday with that one. So, Communication Minister wants TikTok to pay SA content creators. Right? The Minister of Communication and Digital Technologies wants TikTok to pay South African content creators, despite the country boasting one of the largest TikTok communities in Africa with over 17 million active users. Local creators have been excluded from this financial opportunity, which is something that we need to raise, of course. And I want to hear your view right here at home. What do you think, man? Use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show or send me a voice note right now. 060-493-3226 is the number to call in right now and tell me that, hey, Mo, TC, Afri, I am a creator and I deserve to be paid. I have so much followers. People like... There's someone out there with almost 2 million followers, but they're not getting paid by TikTok.
Right. And I remember America came to a standstill when TikTok was cancelled.
Yeah.
The content creators went mad. Like,
Yeah.
hey, because that is money for them. So of course now, Africa being one of the largest continents and having one of the most, content creators that are on the platform, I think they deserve to be, compensated as well and put on the same scale as everybody else who is in the, digital market, creating content every day. I mean, there's businesses on there, influencers that influence, current affairs, that influence culture that's going on in our country, and of course, trends in the music industry. They start there, artists, TikTok is a great platform for, up and coming artists who want to, get their music out there. I see that they've, started to use that platform in that manner. And I mean, I've seen a lot of kids in the township and, those who have dance talents and whatnot using TikTok, to bring awareness to themselves and their talents. So it has become a, show us what you made of type of platform and people's acting skills. Some influencers who we've seen on TikTok, suddenly we are seeing in telenovelas, in South African productions are suddenly, and I'm loving it for us. So, I mean, TikTok, come on, do the right thing. I think our digital communications minister is right in saying that, compensate our content creators. I mean, we're having people who are crying out for donations right now. But if they were to, alternatively be able to stream and make content for themselves and get paid for it, then perhaps, that can also be one of the strategies, arts and culture can, incorporate in getting, more money for our creative industry in South Africa.
When you say so, it reminds me of I think it was about last year when I saw basically the world of TikTok and social media as a whole attack this other supermodel. So she's known as a supermodel who does this very nostalgic videos and it's like, so my husband wanted to have a hamburger. So and then I cut at the
Is
meat.
it Norris Smith?
Norris Smith. And then apparently, because we are not getting paid in South Africa as content creators, the person who started that whole ideology of making your yogurt from scratch, making your juice from scratch, a kind of person, is actually a South African person. And then Nora denied Arnake. And then so do you know the world of social media? They went digging into the mine shafts and but bruh, before you even started shooting the context that you shoot, you commented on a video. And this was almost 3-4 years ago. This girl has been making such content. And because she's not paid, because remember that when you're not paid, even in America and other countries, it's hard for them to even recognize you because you're not, you don't fall in the pool of paid creators. So you basically, So, and then everybody literally gave her hell for the fact that you stole somebody's content and because you are concept and because you are getting paid, hence you keep on growing more followers and getting more money. But the person who started this was unfortunately not getting a single cent.
Wow, I didn't
And
know
this
that.
person started this a very long time ago. So us getting paid is a must because we have other content creators from other countries stealing our concepts because we are not getting paid. If you're not getting paid as a content creator, you're not even on the radar. So you're basically non-existent. You may have even 5 million followers, but you're not getting paid, so you don't count. 5 million, 5 followers.
Oh my kid, the shopper queen most the other time, but then she was getting paid through Facebook. She
I get it.
She screenshotted her earnings and everybody was going mad. But I mean, her content
people
is her making fun
transition,
of
man,
herself and obviously, doing what in Pitch Perfect, Fat Amy, how she's like, I call myself fat because I know you guys do it behind my back anyway.
A lot of people do transition, from TikTok to Facebook and YouTube because those platforms, they pay quite well, right? So definitely, and we are also content creators and you know that we are also going to be coming to you live with TikTok, right? right? And also, we encourage creators to use YouTube because it pays very well.
Yes.
YouTube pays very well, depending on the amount of watch hours that, you get from your people and the amount of views that you get.
And the type of content, of course.
Definitely.
Yes.
And speaking of content, podcasting, man. Lastly, podcasting is the art of storytelling. We know that, delivering your story and telling different stories on the layout of how you want your viewers and listeners to, grasp into what you are doing. So pretty soon we will also be launching our first master class under the Vooka Academy on how to start a podcast, right? So definitely sure you need to look out for that. We will keep you updated on when is that going to start. So TikTok, yes, is paying a vital to keep the culture alive. So now the question that we need to ask ourselves right here, and for someone who is watching, the question for the audience is, do you watch TikTok or social media more than traditional TV? Right? We just want to hear from you right there by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And you can also call us in or send us your voice note on 060-493-3226. It's 060-493-3226. It is the number that you can send us your voice note or call us in. So right now, guys, do you watch TikTok or social media more than traditional TV? Do you have TVs?
I don't. You see, that's what
I recently got a TV.
I was about to say. I view on demand, so I use the view on demand services.
Yeah,
your Showmaxes, Netflixes. And then
cheesecake.
No, really, Haibo. It's 100 rand, guys.
What's that?
Showmax, Ikone 100 rand.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
How? So it's not like
But
but I don't really watch, regular TV programming. So abo skim sam nabo generation but I know my mom does. So when I'm at, home, in the main house there, I'm forced to watch abo Isita, all of those because they watch those. But
those programs are nice because answering for myself, I would say it's 50-50, man.
Okay.
Because I spend 50% on social media, 50% watching traditional TV, because I see that the DSTV, with the content that they are pumping in, especially Mzansi Magic, what they're doing now is to actually bring back that audience that they have lost, because we've just lost the river. Now they've just done what do you call this thing? Is it a spin-off?
Yes.
So they are now studying storylines breezy on the side, and it's wonderful, man. I've watched it. I've 4 episodes in right now. So definitely
I bet
traditional
you were chuckling
TV, man.
all the way through those 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I bet you were chuckling all the way through those 4 episodes.
Yo, man, breezy, man. Yo, haka the decorum. Hauna sense of decorum.
Marapa tali child support.
Aibo.
King, he was on pay
Aibo. The child support.
Multiracial schools.
Guys, he was on pay health. I'm just saying.
No, what I'm saying is that there was an article based around him, and he said, "Me, I'm not going to take my child to a multiracial school. I went to school in the hood, and I did proper. When I go to school in Northwest, go rusty dusting go
the baby mama is crying to say.
Hey, guys, baby mama side aside. Tumza 6 on YouTube. But good morning, Mavuga. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Hashtag Shevugi. Zinzi Elizabeth coming along at hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Good morning to Amavuga Amahle, Mr. Mo, TC, and Afriberry. Happy Tuesday. I choose myself and loved ones. Blessed to have a family like mine. Hashtag choose yours.
Love yours.
Speaking of what Tuesday has to offer right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, we will be joined later by T.N. Peter Kukuk, who is a gym instructor. Will be telling us more, man, on how to use, those gym tactics very well, just to get your body balance, your health, fitness, everything well balanced, right? So definitely we'll be looking into that interview. So stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. And now what we're going to do is to take a short break, and then when we come back, we're going to be doing our special. When you got more in the kitchen, you've got magic, man. you've got magic.
It's
So,
about to be a mess.
yeah, man. So I've got something special for you, and my ingredients include peanut butter and syrup. Have you ever heard of those ones? Definitely, it's something that we will be doing, taking you through on how to prepare a good fast breakfast for your day, and to actually prepare your day, because we know that we need energy. You are rushing to work, you actually, going somewhere, preparing for your kids, and that's the quickest breakfast that you can do in that moment. So definitely I will be taking you through that. So lastly, we have a question that is up right there on our YouTube. Obviously, we like what Solimalati has done, which is the Minister of Communication in South Africa. And the question still stands: do you watch TikTok or social media more than traditional TV? But now the question is, which one do you use the most? TV or social media and streaming? The poll is up right there on YouTube. What I need you to do is to choose one. So what we're going to do right now, take a short break. When we come back, we get straight into our kitchen and give you our best magic of the Vooka Breakfast Show. Alright, welcome back. You're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show, your energetic start of the day. Located in the heart of Johannesburg, Soweto, Dobsonville. That is where we're broadcasting live. And now what we're going to do is to show you the special things that we are doing right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Of course, when it comes to preparing breakfast to start your day. Remember that obviously for most of us, we need to prepare our day on a very positive and high note. So it's what we're going to do right here. And joining me is the one and only Black Maningi. How are you doing this morning, man?
I'm good, thanks. And how are you, my good sir?
I'm good, man. I'm looking forward to this. So I just want to ask you, man.
Yeah.
Do you think it is very important for us to have breakfast in the morning?
Yeah, I think it is important for those who are drinking treatment. Yeah, for those who are drinking treatment, it is very important. And for you to get some energy, break the fast. Yeah. It says break the fast.
Definitely.
Get what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So it is
man.
important.
Yeah, speaking of breaking the fast, we know that there's so many health benefits, man, that you can get from eating breakfast, and so much nutrients that can be given to whatever that you're eating, whether you're eating Kellogg's, whether you're eating umdog, or whether you are eating, anything, amagwinya. I mean, yes, we're going to speak about what amagwinya offers in terms of health, health benefits, right? So without wasting any time, man, I've done, my breakfast last right here and brought the Mo's Magic. And if you're watching right now, definitely you know what the Mo's Magic is, because I'm here to give you another magic. So with me right here, I have the simplest ingredients that you can use as quick as you can. So the question that I want to ask you, what's the quickest breakfast you've ever made?
Porridge.
Porridge?
Yeah.
How long did it take you?
5 minutes. Yeah, five to 8.
Yeah 5 minutes.
5 to 8.
Yeah, definitely. It's what we need, man, because
Instant porridge.
Yeah,
it's instant porridge. Yeah,
5 minutes.
not the porridge that if I get stove in. Now instant porridge. Just put milk, hot water.
Yeah,
then you're done.
So what would you think is the benefit of porridge? Because I just see pap, man. I don't wanna lie.
It gives you strength, bruh.
Strength.
Us we're doing bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Not bodybuilding, powerlifting. Yeah, powerlifting.
Definitely. Benefit is something that we're always looking for. So right there at home, just let me know, man, what's the quickest breakfast you've ever had?
Yeah.
The one that you say, you know what, I'm late and I'm having this. Mine, it was just dry bread because I was late, man. One of the things that I could do is just to grab 2 slices of bread, chow fast, and get out of the house and attend the business that I was attending. But today we are not rushing anywhere. We are here, we're going to be taking you through the ingredients that we have. So I just need my camera to zoom in closer to show you that we've got our brown fresh bread that we are going to use today for one of the ingredients. Last time we used white bread, but you know that when it comes to brown bread, man, it has a lot of benefits, health benefits. So always stay brown. Brown bread is the bread that we're going to use and is included in our ingredients for today. And you might be asking yourself, what containers do I have with me right here? Right?
Yeah.
So the first one that I'm going to reveal to my people is the golden syrup.
Yeah.
Have you ever had syrup?
Have you ever tasted it?
Nope. I think
since you're going to taste it, this is how I taste it.
This is how you taste.
Yeah.
Wow. We're not going to get into that deep, but definitely, of course, man, syrup for most of us, we know it on our ice creams.
Yeah.
I've only had syrup on an ice cream, but definitely, man, when they introduce a syrup in my sandwich, I'm telling you, it just made my mind to blow.
Okay.
It just made my mind to blow. So we're going to be using golden syrup. I don't know if you guys can see that, which cam must I use. I have so many cams with me. So yes, we're going to be using the golden syrup. And with me right here, you're asking yourself, what's that green container? Because we're asking ourselves, man, what is that? Is that acha? Is that mangola inside of a container? Because you know what we do right here in Soweto? We put different things in containers. Reuse, reduce, recycle is what we do right here. And we practice right here on townships. But today we're also involving peanut butter. Peanut butter is what we're going to be using as a part of our ingredients today. So obviously, I'm definitely sure that you're looking forward to the taste.
I'm looking forward, my good sir.
So when you start your breakfast, because I think we're talking about etiquette, man, of breakfast. So a lot of people, when they start doing breakfast, someone will start by opening syrup first, opening peanut butter first, or start with bread. Which one do you think?
Obvious, we start with the bread.
We start with the bread. Definitely, we start with the bread. But for someone who is watching and they're looking forward to eating this sandwich and doing it at home, let me just go through some of the health benefits of a peanut butter and syrup. Right? Not cough syrup, but it's just a syrup. It's called the golden syrup that you can use to spread in your bread. So Peanut butter is rich in protein and healthy fats. Peanut butter can help you keep you full and energized throughout the morning. I've heard a lot of people saying when I eat peanut butter with brown bread, I get choked, my friend. I can't breathe. It stays here. Have you ever experienced that?
I don't even eat peanut butter.
You don't eat it?
Yeah.
Today is going, it's absolutely your lucky day, my friend, because you're going to have a taste of this wonderful sandwich that includes peanut butter, right? So what other ingredients does peanut butter include, which we call our health benefits? Of course, peanut butter is good source of vitamin E, right? And then powerful antioxidant that support skin health and immune function. That is what peanut butter offers. It's not about what people are saying with with brown bread, right? And it also contains resveratrol, a polyphenol that may help reduce inflammation and improve your heart health. We know a lot of people are suffering from heart conditions. It's not pumping well the blood into your body. So definitely you should be looking into peanut butter. But before, consult your doctor. Consult your doctor. Yes, man. So it's definitely something that you need to do right there when you consider eating peanut butter. So that is the health benefits for peanut butter. And now we're going to syrup, because it is very important to go through these, health benefits of the products that we have here, because I don't want my fellow friend here, when he takes a bite of that peanut butter, then he falls on set. So he must tell me that no more, I can't dwell into this because the benefits do not align with what I need. So going on to our maple syrup, in particular, it contains minerals like manganese, zinc, which supports immune function and bone health. So some type of syrup like honey and have what we call the antimicrobial properties that may help soothe a sore throat and a calm cough. Right? Calm a cough. If you know yourself that you're coughing too much, because right now we are heading over winter, I can't consider using a syrup, right? So definitely syrup can add a touch of sweetness without refined sugars, making a popular choice for those looking for a natural sweetener, right? This is what it offers, right? Definitely what we need to do right now, because I've been talking too much. I know for some people who like to watch food mukbang on TikTok, like, oh, this guy talks too much, just eat. But we do things step by step. We take you through, because you know what the Vooka breakfast team has for you. As you mentioned, man, what we're going to be studying about is the bread. We go on with the bread. So what we're gonna do right now is to open our bread nicely, right? So let us move, because now this is the quick breakfast we're going to have. Let me say right now, we have to go back to our show, because Mr. Peter Cook is actually waiting for us. So definitely he's going to let us know, man. Right? Yeah. So right there we have the two sliced bread on in front of you right there. So what you're gonna do is just to put, the bread aside. Just put them nicely there in a well presented way. Of course, we can't start with syrup, because syrup, when it comes to peanut butter, it's the one that looks soft. Right? Definitely, we know that, yes, we need to put peanut butter first, so that we can get that solid spread right there and get those nutrients right on top of the bread. Right? So there we go. Going to open our peanut butter nicely right there. Just grab that. Ooh, look at that. Look at that, man. That is yummy. Right? And then you spread your peanut butter there on your bread all over. Remember that corner to corner, it's important to not miss a corner when you spread the peanut butter. Right? It's very important. It's very important. So you need to spread the peanut butter corner to corner, and you need to make sure that it is well placed. So if you can look at that, I don't know if you guys can zoom into that, you will look at that our peanut butter is just nicely spreaded right there on the bread. So there we go, our peanut butter.
So you only spread it like on one slice, or?
Yes, that's a very good question. That's a very good question. So right now what we want to do is to not get too much of the taste. We also want the taste of the bread. Remember, when you eat bread, you also want that taste, whether it's white bread or brown bread. You just need that taste. Because it's breakfast, we don't need too much so that we can get starved, stomach, end up having stomach problems and things like that. But now, to top it off with our final ingredient is what we call our golden syrup, right? Yes, it's not a syrup. It's not a syrup for, ice creams and things like that. So how do we open this thing?
Use the knife, bro.
No, man. I'll cut myself, right? All right, so there we go. Our syrup is open, and of course you don't go, it's not a sauce.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a sauce, so you must be careful on the amount of syrup that you put right there and you spread on your peanut butter sandwich bread. So there we go. We're just going to do a nice line that we can spread over there.
So you spread on the same slice, not on the other slice.
On the same slice, right on top of the peanut butter,
right,
so that it can absorb and mix those nutrients, right?
Okay.
So as you can see right there, we have our syrup, and what I'm gonna do is to spread the syrup. Oh my goodness, this is what we call spreading all over the corners and having it nicely there. And we can see now the peanut butter is reacting and saying, you know what, my friend, absorb me.
Right.
You are my friend. Let's be together. There we go. You can see that beautiful. It looks like what you call a jam. I call it a jam.
Yeah.
What is it called? What is it called?
Yeah,
jam. Yes,
Yeah,
peanut butter
jam.
and gel. P&B sandwich. But now this, when someone looks at this, they will think this is a jam, but definitely it is not a jam.
Peanut butter mixed with syrup.
So right now what we're gonna do is to put this slice over this one, and then our sandwich is done. So what we're gonna do right here is, because there's a two of us, we're going to slice the sandwich into two, right? So that we can get a final confirmation of how it tastes. Because for someone who is watching right there, they would want to know, how does it taste, Mo? Because now you've just made that magical sandwich that you were speaking about, and this is how it will look like right there. It's fresh, it's juicy, you can see the bread also, it's fresh and nice, man. So what you're gonna do right now is to take a bite, because what is a good breakfast without a taste? Right, so you can have your sandwich over there.
So you only bite once, or you just swallow it
only
once?
bite once, just to get the taste, not the aroma.
Just swallowing it once.
Yeah, so come on, man. Come
Tastes
on,
good.
man. This is wonderful. And I would actually advise people right there at home who are watching to use these super magical ingredients. When you have me right here, man, on the Vooka Breakfast Show, on our kitchen especially, when we are coming with ingredients that you can use to have that quick breakfast, just to start your day on an energetic high note. For now, try these ones.
Simple breakfast.
Yes. And the sugar is just nice. Nice and well balanced.
You spread it so well, my man.
Spread it so well, my friend. That's what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So you should consider using golden syrup and your peanut butter. Definitely on your retail stores, they do have them. Just go there and ask them for a syrup that you can use. So that is where we are going to end it. So how would you rate my sandwich out of 10?
8 out of 10.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about.
8 out of 10.
When you see me right here on the Vooka, I've got some magic that you've never seen. I'm maximum temperature, man. That name was not given to me for nothing, man. So definitely I'm doing the things that needs to be done. Use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show just to let us know, man. What do you think of our sandwich? We used the syrup, peanut butter, and brown bread. So what we're gonna do right now is to take a short break, and then while you are there, just let us know what you think. But before we take a short break, I see Mr. is right there, so I'm just going to ask him, man, what does he think of our sandwich that we've just done here? Mr.
More than anything else, my brother, I promise you I was not necessarily concentrating on the bread that you were making and the ingredients you were using, right? I was listening to your choice of words. I don't know if anyone else who was watching picked up on that.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Well, you are what? Opening the legs of the
We are
peanut
spreading
butter.
so many things here, Ben. Here we are focusing on they bring its combination. When you spread things together, they give you that good combination that you can use wherever you are.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, I see you, man. But I trust you more when you're in the kitchen. And of course, you have the one and only Black Maningi, you know, joining us for the first time. I have to give him a shout out. Such cool stuff. You know, this is what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. When we bring you all great things, and of course, when we have Maningi and we have Moketi Maimane, maximum temperature, son of Mother Nature in the kitchen, he says that he gives you the most special breakfast. And I'm not too sure. You know, TC mentioned the other time that Mo was doing his famous breakfast that, you know, she's skeptical about tasting it. So I have to ask and sit down and ask Maningi, how did that bread taste? And of course, you can also try it for yourself. See whether the combination of syrup and peanut butter is a great one. The time right about now is exactly 1 minute past the hour, 8 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, the 8th of April, 2025. And if you know, it serves me right, I think we're about to quickly head to our news headlines again to give you a quick recap if you missed the first bulletin for the morning. And then after that, we are going to get straight back into our show, bringing you the best energetic start to the day. And of course, like TC said, a dose of positivity on a daily basis. But with that being said, let's you and I quickly run to the loo. Grab a glass of water, a cup of coffee. Today, the weather is not too bad, right? So I'm happy about that. And you and I will see each other right after this. Let's pay our bills. Cool stuff.
Once again, a very good morning. Here's a recap of your morning headlines. The first one, ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa say business does not dictate what happens in government. Business leaders recently wrote to the ANC and DA leaders urging them to resolve their differences and preserve the government of national unity. Tension between the parties are at their highest as DA has decided to take ANC to court over the budget that was passed in Parliament this past week. The DA is opposing the 0.5% percentage point VAT increase, Ramaphosa has made it clear that democratically elected leaders are fully capable of making decisions that are independent of business influence. Ramaphosa says the government is still discussing the impact of the new U.S. tariffs on South Africa. He says the country is formulating its response to 30% tariff imposed on South African goods entering the U.S. On the next headline, Communication Minister wants TikTok to pay as a content creators. The Minister of Communication and Digital Technologies wants TikTok to pay South African content creators, despite the country boasting one of the largest TikTok communities in Africa with over 17 million active users. Local creators have been excluded from this financial opportunity. The minister has also proposed a levy for local and international streaming services as funding solution being considered for the SABC. On the next headline, Mashatile says U.S. tariffs could cause a global recession onto state matters. Paul Mashatile is worried that actions by the Trump administration could push into recession. The U.S. imposed 30% tariffs on South African goods, among other countries. That's all for your news headlines recap. Now heading over to your sports recap, or starting over with football news. Thabo September reveals possible key to unlock Azola Matrosa. Chippa United coach Thabo September hopes the club's possible relocation to East London will help winger Azola Matrosa rediscover his form after a tough stint at Orlando Pirates. Despite a draw against Golden Arrows, Chippa remains in contention for a top 8 Betway Premiership finish with 2 games in hand. September focuses on developing talent and balancing the squad amid expected departures like Sinokolo Kwaiba. He plans to rebuild and maintain a strong core as the team looks ahead to next season, emphasizing hard work and growth for both players and coaches. On the next headline, La Liga appealed decision allowing Barcelona's Olmo to play again. La Liga appealed the Spanish Sports Council CSD ruling allowing Barcelona players Dani Olmo and Paul Victor to play until season's end. Claiming it violates financial control rules, the CSD deemed the cancellation of their registration null and void. But La Liga argued their license expired on 31st December. Barcelona, facing financial struggles, sold VIP boxes for £100 million to comply with fair play rules, but La Liga stated that the revenue wasn't recorded in accounts. The CSD granted temporary player permissions in January with a final decision pending. Barcelona's summer spending hinges on resolving these financial disputes. Heading over to your cricket news, Mapaka receives a first Protea contract. Henrik Claessens and international future in doubt. Gwena Mapaka has earned his first Proteas contract alongside debutants Lizard Williams and Senioran Mutusami for 2025-2026 season. Discussion about Henrik Claessen's future are ongoing after he only signed a white ball contract last year. David Miller and Rassie van der Dusen secured hybrid contracts for selected tours and ICC events. Wien Mulder, David Bedingham and Kyle Vereen received contract upgrades, while Bjorn Fortune and Andile Pehlukwayo lost their contracts. These contracts cover a busy season, including the World Test Championship final, bilateral tours, and preparation for the 2027 Cricket World Cup. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more sports and news updates throughout the show. Do not forget to share your thoughts on these headlines with us on social media using hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, and send us your voice note on 060 493 3226.
Friends, come along with the Vooka team as time is spent
at the Vision Board and Pizza event out at Curiosity in Maboneng,
aimed at promoting positivity, creativity that breeds longevity.
Enjoy tasks like silent reading,
vision boarding, and live performances.
Vooka Breakfast Show brings you all things great and amazing with Sacred Sundays
in collaboration with Mwari Pizza for Vision Board and Pizza.
If you are on the roads, here is your latest traffic update. The N1 northbound Inya-Turena Western Bypass is crawling with traffic, and the ramp to the Golden Highway R55-3 is heavily congested. There's an incident causing a slowdown in Midrand on the N1 northbound. The on-ramp at New Road heading from Allendale Road, M39 East, is affected. In Midrand on the N1 southbound at the Olifantsfontein Road, traffic is disrupted as one of the 6 lanes is closed. This closure might cause delays for the southbound travelers. Traffic is building up in Noordwijk on the N1 southbound at Olifantsfontein Road. The congestion is affecting the ramp from the Samrand Avenue M36. There's been a crash in Swartkop on the N1 southbound just before the Brakfontein interchange. The ramp from John Foster Drive M19 is affected and the emergency lane is closed. In Linwood on the N1 northbound at Atterbury Road, a stationary vehicle is causing disruptions. The ramp from Atterbury Road M11 West is affected with one of the 4 lanes closed. Expect delays and drive cautiously. That's all from me, Tisiga Mazibuga Shabalala, for your Vooka traffic. Don't forget to let us know if you notice any traffic disruptions on your commute this morning using the hashtag Vooka Traffic and also the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Without any further ado, let's get back to what promises to be yet another epic and vibrant dose of your day.
Well, yeah, Super Blossom Emily. Yes.
Wow.
Get up, smell the coffee, and let's get going. To what really promises to be your favorite rendezvous right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. And of course, you know that you will always be hanging out with me, the one and only MOOCEE, Mr. My name is Musi, Mr. And I could not be happier to be in your company and in your presence on this lovely Tuesday morning. The time right about now is 12 minutes past the hour, 8 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, the 8th of April 2025, and we're streaming live from the heart of Soweto. Top Santon, this is right next to Zondi Hills, and just before you get to Bromfisher Kloof. I hope you and I are going to be hanging out and spending some time getting to know each other way better and sharing, of course, all our thoughts and our opinions and everything else in between. But you know that I'm not alone, and I'll never be alone. And one of the people, or part of the people who will always be hanging out with me right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show is the one and only Maximum Temperature Mweketi Maimani, and of course for his first ever show with us right here in studio, the one and only Black Manengi. Hey. Hey. How's it going, guys?
Man, it's a beautiful morning.
Yes,
obviously, I'm energized, Musi, man, from the kitchen, man. I don't know how people reacted to that, but definitely, man, I am energized from what we've just done with Maningi, man. So
from opening the legs of the peanut butter.
Hey, man, we're spreading those things, bro. We gotta
spreading those legs.
Some things,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
but
sir.
definitely, man, having a great Tuesday morning and looking forward, man, because definitely, yes, what we have done there, it speaks to people who are watching on the creativeness that you can do on the kitchen, man.
Yes,
because
sir.
it also speaks to how you're looking, how you want your day to be looking like. So I'm good. Thank you so much for asking, man. And Black, how's it, man?
Black Manengi.
Man, I'm good. Am I not allowed to introduce myself?
You
Because
are,
Mo
absolutely.
didn't give me a platform to introduce
No,
myself.
absolutely. You're good to go.
So
Let's hear
please
it.
give me a platform to introduce myself.
Yes, sir.
I go by the name Black Manengi, the peacemaker, the great messenger of all time. Usikhondla khondla nqaba lamadoda unsizwa zimdlula ngomseko. Kepha ngamadla ziyambabaza mina ngihawule insizwa ngingedwa aginqa amabutho.
Hey! Come on, man. Come on, Black Manini, man. Yeah. Very, very cool stuff, man. Very cool stuff. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show, man. Brought to you by the Blink On Network. Such energized energy. I wish you were in the room with us to feel all of this energy and, all of the vibe that we're having right here in studio. Of course, starting it out with the ladies earlier on, discussing something very, very serious as to being compensated as content creators. I always say, gents, that people love consuming art. Because it's a craft of what we do, right? Being a broadcaster like this, sitting at a table like this and giving people relevant information, right? You craft and so someone else out there watching, we are TC, you're always waking up, going to work, and this is work. This is a proper job that we're doing. If everyone can do it, then all of us could be podcast creators or podcasters or content creators, but it's not easy. And I love how the Minister of Communication is now taking it seriously. We need more people like him in power, in the seats of government, seated right there and telling the people, compensate, batalana abantu for your content by creator because akusumdlalo lento esiyenzayo.
Do a research.
Absolutely.
People spend time in terms of the creative process that go through when you are trying to create that art form, right? So what Solimalati has seen is that they use so many products that are there making money, and this platform is not remunerating those creators for using the platform. So definitely creators need to be paid because people spend time. I mean, if you can look at the behind the scene, yes, we're not going to see the final product, man. But there's people who are doing vlogs, my friend.
There's lighting there.
Yeah, man. You have to put a phone there, then you stop the car, you pass on, and then you grab the phone. Then it's a lot of work. So this must be considered a serious thing. And I won't blame them, man. And I also want to be part of those people who, we pay the content creators because after work we go there and sit at home and consume so much art.
Exactly, Mo. Yes,
so much art. So definitely, man, what Soli is doing is I'm also advocating for it to happen. So definitely, man, creators need to be paid, man. Hashtag content creators need to be paid.
Definitely. Want to share your thoughts and your opinions using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Like I told you about a week ago, actually. It was on this day, exactly a week ago, that you and I now can connect on WhatsApp using the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. Share your thoughts and opinions and, of course, everything else in between. We would love to hear your voices finally, because the only way that you and I and the rest of the team right here in studio have been connecting for the past couple of weeks or months, actually, since we started back in January, is using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms, and of course YouTube mostly, because that's where we are streaming live, and of course on Facebook. But now I can hear your voice now, so send through your voice notes using the number, like I said, 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. And I love it, Mo. I love it. You asked the question whether does one watch conventional, traditional TV versus consuming social media? Manning, I don't know about you. When I went
I'm on social a lot of the time because with the traditional media, man. I saw they recently put on a podcasting.
Okay.
And yesterday I was very interested in watching what kind of podcasting. And when I saw, I was like, oh, these episodes have already dropped. So I was like, why not continue with the social? Because they are dropping the episode that we've already watched. So I was like, nah, let me continue with socials. I'm in social, man. Yeah.
Mo, what about you?
As I've said, man, 50-50, because what traditional TV has introduced is something that will never be introduced again, even when because what people are trying to do on YouTube, on TikTok, they're trying to change the narrative of what we are watching in everyday basis from 6 o'clock, prime time TV that we are used to, right? So I will always stick with traditional TV because I think it helps me with focusing on something and just absorbing the craft that has been processed for us, man. Because yes, on social media you have so many things to do. While you're watching a video, you have options to
comment, you have option to like, you have option to. But with TV, you just fully immerse yourself by watching that. So I still love that tradition, and if they take it away from me, I'm going to be
But
stressed.
without the subscription to pay the fee, you are not allowed to watch the TV.
Yeah, so that's why we need to pay them, man. And paying them also comes with benefits. And when you can look at DSTV, they have so much packages, man. And it's something that we wanted to cover, with the increasing prices for DSTV. Why are they increasing their prices while we see the content, it's being repeated over and over again. DSTV, and they just surviving because of sports. We know that.
Yes, I heard someone else say that. I think Dumisana, we were also having that conversation last week, saying that a huge part of multi-choice's survival now is really, really, really largely reliant on sports. Super Sport is really holding up Ilonduza, and it's unfortunate, man. And now they're raising their prices in terms of what you have to pay on a month-to-month basis. Mara, you're repeating the same things. And you know what my thing is, and I think Afriperi touched base on this on Friday, is that and this is part of why I personally don't necessarily fully consume content in terms of the soapies and the dramas and everything else that we watch, I guess, or that plays on conventional TV, right? Is that we are watching the same person. So, Honayang, you mentioned that the river just ended, right? Came to an end. Now they did a spin-off with Leslie Chenelkhaya, Koprizi, right? But the thing for me is that almost every other show that we watch is Bugela Bantabai One. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And don't get me wrong, TC mentioned earlier that content creators on TikTok and other social platforms, right, are now getting an opportunity and a chance to get on conventional TV. But for me, the other thing is that most of these creators are not trained to be in those spaces. Understand? So, for instance, I'll take what we're doing here. Someone could walk or could be watching and be thinking, it's easy, man. Just put cameras, man, and then you can and you just talk. Understand? They don't understand the work that goes behind the scenes, the technicals, the cameras, the lights, in making sure that the sound is audible and clear. So I don't have a problem with creators getting on these platforms, getting on TV, getting on radio and stuff like that. But there's a whole lot of people who've been to school for Lento Lena and who've been doing it for a long time, for quite some time, who deserve, for me, in my opinion, humbly so, my 2 cents worth of opinion, there's people who are really, really deserving of these opportunities. When I got followers, my 100 and something thousand or 1 million, you're getting on these platforms. So that's a huge part for me. Exactly, because of followers. Thinking that you'll bring your followers to their program. So that's the challenge for me personally, and I don't know, man. A lot of people are being looked over more. Are being looked over more into who knows what it takes to be in front of the camera or behind the camera. Understand? So, but anyway, that's just my thought. And
it comes to what I think Xolisa Xaluva, was speaking about.
Zolisa Xaluva.
Zolisa Xaluva, known as Go the Queen. He was playing Diamond, right? So he was like, every time, when you're dealing with people who say, who are deemed to be influencers to come on set, Pela, Bona, they have this thing that, when you're on set, you're not allowed to use your phone.
Right.
So with these guys, buddy followers, they will always go on, hey, guys.
Yeah, I'm on set, we're live. Exactly.
Yeah, that thing, it distracts you.
Exactly. It causes a disruption. Absolutely.
So,
you're right.
Yeah,
yes.
So it's things like this we need to consider, because with someone who has studied, they know the rules. Or when you go there on set, there are certain things you're not allowed to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So definitely, man, when speaking of what people think, man, I see that we had some of the comments right there on YouTube, Musi.
Yes.
So I'm going to go through some, because I am seeing that a lot of people are rating my sandwich as the best sandwich they've ever seen in their entire life. Right? But the Refule came and said, say hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, Sivugile, and I choose Vooka Breakfast Show. And Mr. Hector, are hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Happy Tuesday, choosing Vooka, guys. And then Tumza 6, that's a mouth-watering sandwich right there, Yeah, definitely, man. If you want some, you can come right here, visit us on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Blinko Studios, to be precise, man. Right?
He's saying so yummy.
Yeah, so yummy. Definitely, Maningi can attest to that because he had a taste, man.
Yeah.
It's not me. I have a witness.
That's how I
man.
taste, actually.
Yeah, man.
Wait,
it was
that's
yummy.
how you what?
That's how I taste.
Hey, hey, these guys. Okay, no, I'm gonna move right along. Yes, more.
Yeah, and then I have Hector Aremo. Too much sugar for you is not good for your weight. What? I mean, that's balanced sugar.
Yes.
Mr. TK, I won't lie. That's balanced sugar. And when I tasted that, it went so well, man. It went so well. And it's a sandwich that you can have without putting sugar in your tea. That's the good thing about it. Because now if you're going to add sugar in your tea, that is going to be imbalanced sugar. Right? And then, Maramo, you just had to put that whole sandwich in your mouth to get mouth full of flavors. Yes, of course. Of course I had to. Just for you guys to buy into what I'm doing. Because sometimes, false advertising is a thing right now. So we're not doing false advertising. That sandwich was nice. And I just had to grab that bite. Definitely it was nice and it was worth tasting. And then Hector Are, let's report on the power outage in Dobsonville. And speaking of power outage, yes. I think right now, Mr. Hector, Dobsonville residents are experiencing load reduction. It's 5 hours of a power outage that we're going to experience. So right here, Eskom said load shedding remains suspended due to a stable power system. Ongoing high levels of planned maintenance continue at a 3.3% on year reduction on unplanned power outages. So for now, the power is off from 5 o'clock up until 9. So you're left with only 35 minutes for power to come back right there in Dobsonville. But if it's another power outage that is not scheduled, please let us know right there by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Thank you so much for bringing that up, because a lot of people, they don't know that you have apps like your ESP that you can check if you have scheduled load shedding and scheduled load reduction. So also on X, Eskom posts the update on what is happening. And then lastly, our hashtag traffic from Midrand to M1 South towards St. 10. So if you are driving on those routes, you need to expect traffic from Midrand to M1 South towards St. 10. Definitely, guys, remember that we have the number, man. Send your voice note right now. Tell us what you think. Hector, if you're driving right now, you can just, send traffic using a voice note on 060-493-3226. It's 060-493-3226. Move.
Very, very, very cool stuff. So, guys, moving right along, as a tradition right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, we always bring you amazing stuff and things that have occurred and taken place in history, of course, because we know that there's always a whole lot of things that happen on a day-to-day basis and things that are deemed sometimes to be, things that we should always remember. So, moving right along into what we do in Today in History. Very, very interesting stuff. On the 8th of April, Today in History, Ryan White, an AIDS advocate, died at 18 from hemophilia. Very, very interesting stuff. Says here, Ryan White. Wait, man.
Yeah. Musi,
No,
while you're still fixing
Yes,
things
sir.
there, I think we have a very important announcement to make in terms of the rain show. Now, before we get into the things, I just got an update right now that, for those who are watching right now, we will be giving away 2 tickets to the rain show valued at 340 each at the end of the show. So what you need to do is you need to stay tuned, because we will be having a riddle during the show. And you stand a chance to win those tickets.
Absolutely.
And one of the viewers, which is Uneliswa Mngi, was like, you know what? I need to win a ticket. Those tickets for my hubby and
herself. Yes, absolutely.
So we also need that we will be giving away 4 tickets on our Facebook. On Facebook, you need to post a fun image related to the rain show with a creative caption. And you must also use the hashtags that follow right here. It's hashtag the best place to be, hashtag rain show 2025, and hashtag my rent show, and also hashtag
Vooka breakfast show. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll be coming with an update as the show goes.
Absolutely. So Wanako, do stay tuned in for that one, where we'll always be giving we are going to be giving away 4 tickets. As 4 tickets to the Rand show next week, starting on the 17th of April, and of course ending I think on the Monday, if on Easter Monday or Easter Sunday, I'm not too sure. All right. And so like Onelisa said, that she is really looking out to grab those tickets for herself and her hubby, or her hubby to be, like she mentioned. So we will be giving the riddle a bit later on, but I see here it's coming through on our WhatsApp line. So what you also need to do is that connect with us on our WhatsApp line using the number 0604933226. So that's 0604933226, and you need to drop your name, your surname, your phone number, and of course your email address to stand a chance to win yourself 4 tickets to the Rand show. And the riddle says, The Ocean Adventure is the title of the riddle, right? The Ocean Adventure.
Yeah.
In a hall where sea creatures glow, walk through tunnels in a radiant show, feel the sand beneath your feet, and an ocean escape without coastal heat. Where am I? I'll repeat that riddle one more time. The riddle says, or rather, the riddle is titled The Ocean Adventure. And the riddle is as follows. In a hall, in a hall where sea creatures glow, walk through tunnels in a radiant show, feel the sand beneath your feet, an ocean escape without coastal heat. Where am I? Using the number 0604933226. The number is 0604933226 for WhatsApp. Send through your answers with accompanied by your name, your surname, your number, and of course your email address to stand a chance to win yourself those tickets to the Rand show, valued at 340 rands.
Yeah, man.
So it could be you and a loved one and maybe 2 kids, or like you can do like a couple thing, Lily, for 2 by 2. I mean, do you get what I'm trying to say, man? Yeah, man, this is what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So do stay tuned in for that one a bit later on. But you, like I said, let's quickly move into what we do when it comes to today in history. So like I said, today in history, on the 8th of April, Ryan White, an AIDS advocate, died at 18 from hemophilia. Says here, Ryan White, born on the 6th of December 1971, Kokomo, India.
Right.
Or Indiana, not India. Indiana in the US. Died on the 8th of April in the year 1990 in Indianapolis, in Indiana. Was an American teenager who became a national symbol after he contracted AIDS from an injection of factor. A substance necessary for blood clotting to treat his hemophilia. Very, very interesting stuff. I mean, as you can remember, back in the 90s, that's when AIDS was like a pandemic, man. Late 80s, if memory. In South Africa, it was the early 2000s. But in the US, if memory serves well, it was back in the 1980s. So late 80s, heading into the 90s, AIDS was like a thing, and then it traveled all the way to South Africa, and in the 2000s.
That's where there were also rumors. There were also rumors that there was a guy who found a cure and he was killed.
Oh, really?
For that.
Yes.
So obviously it was used as a weapon, to control the population. So
do you reckon?
Yeah. It's some of the things, man, that we keep on hearing. So hey, man, this disease, man.
Apparently, the cure of HIV is found in KZN.
What?
I'm telling you, you can Google it. I'm not lying. You can guys. You can fact check, bruh.
There's a cure.
There's a cure for 20%. 20% of the people who they're good now.
Who contracted AIDS.
You can fact check it on
So
Google.
what do you do? Do you drink it? Do you swallow it? Do you inject it? Do you sniff it? What's the thing here?
I don't know what do you do with it, but I know that the cure for it is found.
Wow.
In case it
Please take it from me.
Maybe it makes
Please
sense
fact
because
check,
maybe
yeah.
it makes sense as Trump cut the US aid, because now
I'm
they
told.
understand we have a cure. But I don't buy that, man.
Does it say is-
Line Natali.
Fact check.
Or you
You see
spuza
percent.
telezi or renwaying kampeso or something. Anyway, so moving right along for things that occurred in history on this day, grunge icon Kurt Cobain is found dead 3 days after his suicide. Says here, grunge icon Kurt Cobain is found dead 3 days after his suicide. Kurt Cobain, the lead singer and guitarist of Nirvana, tragically died by suicide on the 5th of April in 1994 at his Seattle home, suffering from chronic pain, depression, addiction, and mental health struggles. Cobain's life was marked by turmoil despite Nirvana's success as one of the most iconic bands in the 1990s. He survived a prior suicide attempt in March 1994, where he remained deeply affected by his personal struggles and family history of suicide. Conspiracy theories about his death emerged. 3 investigations confirmed it as a suicide. His death underscored the immense personal challenges Cobain faced and left a lasting impact on music and pop culture.
Interesting.
Do you guys know the band Nirvana?
Nope.
You don't know?
It is spelled N-I.
Yeah.
R-V-A-N-A. Yeah.
Have you heard of it? Manning,
yeah.
how about you?
Nah.
Not really. You guys are making me
I'd be
feel
lying.
old, you know. I feel like.
But I think I was honest with Musi that anything that has to do
Yeah.
with from 1980s to downwards,
Coming down. You're not really familiar. Man,
I'm struggling.
Yeah. And then the last one we have here says here, second North American solar eclipse in 7 years across 3 continents.
Wow.
Or across 3 countries, actually, not continents, 3 countries. So the great North American eclipse on the 8th of April 2024 was a total solar eclipse visible across Mexico, the United States, and Canada, with the moon's apparent diameter of 5.5% larger due to its proximity to Earth.
Yeah.
Totality lasting up to 4 minutes and 28 seconds was observed by around 50 million people in a narrow path across 6 Mexican states, 15 US states, and 6 Canadian provinces, while a partial eclipse was visible to about 652 million people. This was the first total eclipse in Canada since the year 2008, in Mexico since the year 1991, and in the United States since the year 2017. It's notable as the only 21st century eclipse visible in totality across 3 nations, with the next major US eclipse expected in 2033 and 2045. Very, very interesting stuff. I don't know. I saw a lot of those things happening in we're not TC. A whole lot of those things happening, taking place on social media. I don't know if you guys noticed it last year. On WhatsApp, or not on WhatsApp, but on social media about the eclipse. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Did you stay up and
No.
try to catch the eclipse?
No, I'm not interested.
You're not a fan?
As long as I'm alive.
Yeah. How about you, Manegi?
Let it eclipse.
Nah, I didn't even. I heard it from a friend.
Yes.
I was interested in seeing it, but I heard it from a friend. Then I was like, I'm a person, you know.
Eclipse.
Yeah, I won't, bruh.
I mean, I'll tell you, growing up, I used to be one of those people, especially on the 1st of January.
Yeah.
My mom and I would, get up around like 4:30,
Yeah.
4:45 in the morning, so that we can catch the first sunrise of the year. And because we didn't have those glasses, right?
Yeah.
We would use you see those 5-pack. The tea bags, 5 roses or all those kinds, right?
Yeah.
The packaging of it can be used as a thing to see the sun, the first sunrise. So it's a thing that we used to do growing up, trying to catch the first sunrise of the year.
I think for me, man, growing up not being interested in these things is because my parents lied a lot to me. Because they said on the 25th of December, when you wake up, the sun will be dancing.
Right.
So for so many years, I kept on waking up and asking myself, how does the sun dance, man? So like I was I don't know, but for so long, I wake up every morning and I'm tired, man. How is the sun dancing, man?
I don't think it's a literal thing. You took it literal, and it's not a literal thing.
So I was like, whatever that has to do with solar eclipses,
you're not interested.
I am not interested in anymore because I've been fed the most lies.
I can imagine. I can imagine. So, yeah, man, those are some of the things that have taken place and occurred in history on this day, the 8th of April. Yeah. And today, we always try to give you on a day-to-day basis the day or the number of the day in the year, right? And today is the 98th day of the year. We're 2 days away from hitting the 100-day mark.
Century.
Today is the 98th day of the year and the 99th day in leap years. And of course, this is in the Gregorian calendar. And it marks that there are 267 days left until the end of the year.
Yeah.
Very, very cool stuff. And there are 38 weeks remaining. Still very fast. Still very, 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 very fun. Of course, right after that, you know that there are people celebrating their birthdays today.
Yeah.
Right.
Happy birthday if it's your birthday.
One of them is the one and only Fikile Mbalula.
Mr. Fixa.
Yes. Fikile Mbalula was born on this day, the 8th of April in 1971, and is turning 54 years today. And an interesting fact about Fikile is that he grew up in the township and entered politics through the Botshabelo Youth Congress, which he led between 1986 and 1987. He also joined the local United Democratic Front in the year 1989. Razzmatazz. Of course. Fikile Mbalula, a prominent South African politician, has been the Secretary General of the African National Congress, which is the ANC, since December 2022. Rising to prominence as president of the ANC Youth League in 2004 to the year 2008, he became a key supporter of Jacob Zuma and played a central role in the ANC election campaigns. Mbalula served in various cabinet roles, including being the deputy minister of police, the minister of sports and recreation, the minister of police, and most recently the minister of sports from the year 2019 to 2023. Very, very cool stuff. Razzmatazz, man.
Yeah, this is where he gets to do something for himself, not for the people.
He's very educated.
Why for himself?
This is the day where he gets
today,
to do something it's his birthday. For himself.
Yes,
but not for the people.
He's very educated. I don't know if you get that. He's very educated. From being a minister of police, minister of sports, deputy minister.
There's a whole lot.
That man is educated.
Yeah.
I want to be him.
You want to be like him when you grow up.
I want to be like Quentin Montashe.
Okay. And then another one here, born on the 8th of April in 1905, but tragically passed on Christmas Day, the 25th of December in 1992. This was Helen Joseph. And Helen Joseph died at the age of 87.
Wow.
On the 25th of December 1992. Interesting fact about Helen Joseph, she was the first person to be placed under house arrest in South Africa in 1962, and she survived several assassination attempts, including bullets through her bedroom window and a bomb at her front gate. Very, 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 very interesting stuff, man. That's Helen Joseph, born on this day in 1905. And then the other one we have here is Sky Jackson. I don't know if you guys know Sky Jackson.
Sky
Jackson is I don't know if you guys watch Disney Channel things. You didn't today. So Sky Jackson is the little girl who played the role of Zuri. It says here, Sky Jackson was born on this day in 2002, and she's turning 23 years today. Interesting fact is that she's an actress who began her career as a child model, appearing in numerous national commercials, including for Band-Aid, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and Old Navy. And Sky Jackson is an American actress who gained fame for her role as Zuri Ross boss in Disney Channel's Jessie and its spin-off Bunked. Recognized as one of Time's most influential teens in the year 2016, she has had a very diverse career, including voice roles in Marvel Rising and DreamWorks Dragons, and starring in She-Rose in 2023. Her memoir, Reach for the Sky, was published in 2019. And yeah, man, that's Sky Jackson. I don't know if you who's watching and listening know who, but I know Sky Jackson because I used to consume a lot of Disney Channel. Yeah. And then the last one we have here, very famous musician, John Lennon. Do you guys know who John Lennon is?
Yeah, when I think you're talking about people who you grew up with.
Not even like that, my brother.
I'm like, who are these people? I only know Fiki Mbalula and Helen Joseph, because Helen Joseph made history, right?
Yes.
Yeah, those are the two people that I know. The one you just called
Sky Jackson.
Hey man,
and
Sky Jackson.
I think for me, most of the time, I grew up watching a lot of these people, but not knowing their names. It's only when the picture comes and say,
makes sense.
This guy, his name. I think I grasped that thing of growing up knowing them with their character names. If you can say to me, who is Denzel Washington? Obviously, maybe if I know him as
the Equalizer,
as his character
or
name.
Training Day, one of his most famous movies.
I remember this director was like, every time when a movie ends, guys, watch the credits, watch who is in the cast, so that you can get to know these people better. So I started doing them, and man, I see it's very important to know their real names. Who's this guy?
John Lennon. John Lennon is a very famous musician from the US. Born on this day in 1963.
Let me guess, he deals with R&B.
No, not necessarily. But rock R&B.
I think you can hear the name. The name says
John Lennon.
Yeah, man,
he was
legend.
He was born on this day in 1963, and he's actually turning 62 years today. Interesting fact about John Lennon is that he started a music career in the year 1984 with the album Valot, if I'm pronouncing that correct. Best known for Too Late for Goodbyes and the title track, and has since released 6 more albums. John Lennon, son of a Beatles legend John Lennon and Cynthia Lennon, is an American English musician, photographer, an author, and philanthropist, known for his inspiring Beatles song like Hey Jude. He has exhibited fine art photography, authored children's books, and produced the award-winning environmental documentary Whale Dreams that was released in the year 2006. Very, 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 very cool stuff. So those are some of the people who are enjoying or who are celebrating their birthdays today. And if, of course, there's anyone that you know of who's celebrating their birthdays, we would absolutely love for you to reach out to us and, share that they are celebrating their birthdays and wish them a very happy one. So with that being said,
Happy birthday!
Oh yes.
Hooray! 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 Very, very, very cool stuff. So, Maningi, Colin Tessienza right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, right? After sharing today in history,
right,
and people who are celebrating their birthdays, we move into SCB's word of the day.
Word of the day.
Yes,
word
sir.
of the day. Word of the day.
So the word of the day, as you would know, as I always say on a day-to-day basis, is that this word is aimed at you and I, and of course the rest of the team, improving our day-to-day spoken language and ultimately our vocabularies, so that my name is we need to improve, man. You can't say I'm very sad. No, you need to say I'm what something
you can't
like
say
that.
You're going to a trip, you're going to an excursion.
I'm embarking on an excursion, my bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So this word is aimed at you and I, improving our day-to-day spoken language and ultimately our vocabularies. And you would know that the English language is varied, beautiful, and sometimes confusing with its inclusion of non-phonetically spelled words and complex grammatical rules. However, it also has many unusual and cool words with some very cool meanings. And today, it is no exception whatsoever. The word of
the
today,
day.
yes,
Yeah.
is unbridled.
Unbridled.
Yes, hey wena ke pronunciation long ama pronunciation maningi
Unbridled.
like I am ofuna word of the day.
You
The
must,
meaning
go
right.
to more.
Me, I'm
He's the
good
exact
with,
opposite person ekumele uye kuye. Ngama pronunciation, ungamthembi.
That's called unbridled.
Yeah, so the word of the day is unbridled, and the word is spelled as follows: UNBRIDLED. That's UNBRIDLED, unbridled. And the meaning of unbridled is to be uncontrolled or unconstrained.
Yeah.
You are uncontrolled or unconstrained. And how you can use this word in a sentence is as follows: a moment of unbridled ambition. A moment of unbridled ambition.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that, from this sentence is that ambition ya gago, hey man, is at such a high that it's uncontrollable and it's unconstrained. So no one can contain you. So I hope you and I can use this word. I don't know. Let me get to hear you guys. How can you use this word in a sentence?
So tying it with what has happened with the case Yaga Atwekwe, I would say the Protestants on that day, they were so unbridled.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, now I get it. Oh, now I get it.
Yeah, Maningi, how can you use this word
How
in a
can I
sentence?
use unbridled?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it, man.
Should I come back to you?
Yeah, come back to me.
Yes, sir.
Unbridled.
Unbridled.
My girlfriend is unbridled.
You?
Okay. She's unbridled. She's uncontrollable.
Yeah, my
She's
girlfriend.
unconstrained.
Hey, that one.
Hey,
Hey,
man.
fun. Hey,
Hey, man.
Hey, you know.
That's deeper than the ocean.
Yeah.
Man. So, share your thoughts, man. Hit me up on our WhatsApp line, sending a voice note using the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. So I can hear how you can use this word in a sentence. Unbridled is the word of the day today on the 8th of April 2025 on a Tuesday morning. Right in studio, we have Peter Ryan Cuckoo. Did I pronounce that correctly, Mo? I heard you saying it earlier on. Yes. Peter Ryan Cuckoo.
You're trusting more. You're asking him. Yet you said, let me not trust more. Hey,
no, man. I need to earlier on. He's the one who said the name. So with that one, I'm trusting him. Tyan Peter Cuckoo is a gym instructor and is with us live in studio. And he's going to be taking us through, some of the exercises that you and I can do on a day-to-day basis. Extending us Vooka when we wake up and try to stretch those muscles and try to loosen our bodies and our bones so that we're not stiff people, because most of us are seated at a laptop like I'm sitting at right now in our offices, and we barely ever stretch and try to get loose. So he's going to be taking us through that as he is a gym instructor. I can't wait for that one, and do stay tuned in for that one. Maybe these are some of the things that you can try yourself, but Mo, I feel like we've been talking for quite some time.
Yeah, but obviously with talking for some time, we need to remind our people right there who are watching, our viewers and listeners, that the competition is still on,
going,
guys.
Absolutely.
Road to winning tickets to the Rain Show. We will be giving away 2 tickets to the Rain Show valued at 340 rand each at the end of the show. You need to stay tuned, because we will be having a riddle during the show, and the riddle was read by Musi. So let me go through the riddle
one more time.
One more time, so that you guys can answer the correct answer. And when you get the correct answer, you stand a chance to win the ticket to the Rain Show. So the riddle is the Ocean Adventure.
So that's the title of the riddle.
That's the title of the riddle. Just to give you a clue, of the direction that you need to take in answering the riddle. So the riddle it reads as follow: in a hall where sea creatures glow, walk through tunnels in a radiant show, feel the sand beneath your feet, an ocean escape without coastal heat. Where am I? Let me repeat that again for those who've missed it. The riddle reads as follows: in a hall where sea creatures glow, Walk through tunnels in a radiant show. Feel the sand beneath your feet. An ocean escape without coastal heat. Where am I? Please do make sure that you post your answers. Or if you want to give us an answer with so much confidence, you can send us a voice note on 060-493-3226. It's 060-493-3226. That is where you're going to send your voice note, or call us in if you know the answer.
Yes.
So that you grab that ticket. As we haven't had any winners right now, so definitely we're looking forward to hearing at your responses on this one. Refilwe, Hector, Tumza, Tembi, Neliswa, Mpomoyo. I see you guys. You are there. So definitely stand a chance to win this ticket to the Rain Show and enjoy what the Rain Show has to
offer.
you. Yeah, man.
Absolutely. And the reason we're doing this is that at the Rain Show, we're going to be streaming live. I think a couple of days, starting on Thursday, if memory serves well. And but of course, I'll get the correct day for that one. But we're going to be streaming live from the Rain Show, and I would love to see you there, man. And that is the reason that we're giving away. These 4 tickets are valued at 340 each. So you can take yourself and, of course, 3 other loved ones and go enjoy the Easter weekend right there at the Rain Show. The time right about now is 54 minutes past the hour 8 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, the 8th of April, 2025. So you and I have been talking for quite some time. So let's quickly run to the loo, grab a glass of coffee, a cup of water, or just maybe it's 5 p.m. somewhere in the world. You want something stronger, alcoholic, and let's pay our bills. You and I will see each other right after this, right after the break. We're going to be hanging out with Ryan Peter Kaku, a gym instructor. I can't wait for him to, give us demonstrations, how we can stretch our muscles and stay loose. But with that being said, let you and I see each other after the break. Cool stuff.
Well, yeah, Shopping Blossom anyway. Yes.
Wow.
You wish it was you.
Vooka Vooka Breakfast Show.
We're out here in the heart of Soweto, Top Santon. This is right next to Zondi Hills and just before you get to Broad Fisher Club. I'm out here, my name is Musi West. I'm out here with the one and only maximum temperature. I'm working my man. TC Shabalala Wakamazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Banele Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
We are fresh and nice. Now it's time to take the information to the people.
Of course, like Mo just mentioned, do stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to do live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the street.
Of course, we've got TCO Wamazibugo with the traffic update. Right now, we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that whatever that you guys get, it is real-time information.
Yes, sir.
So, looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at when is your rush hour time, when people are from the work, away from school,
Yes,
right?
sir.
I'm gonna give you your daily update. So do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yes, sir. Hey family,
Hi,
My name is TC Mazibugo Shabalala.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
my name is Musi West
my name is Ketsuake Mguni
on the Vooka
Vooka Breakfast Show.
Every weekdays from 7 a.m.
to 10 a.m.
This is where we are going to have our topical discussion featuring various experts from different fields.
We're going to take care of you and it's going to be amazing, man. Right now I'm on the set of the Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blink-On Network.
Do not forget to subscribe.
That's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms.
Vooka.
See you there.
Right, the time right now it's 9 o'clock and you're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show. My name is Moketi Maimane, and as promised that we're going to be introducing our guest for today. And you know that when it comes to health and fitness, we always have your favorite guest so that you can have the information you can use on your daily. It's something how to do that. That is why we bring you guests over here to have a conversation. And if you want to ask a question, definitely you are allowed to do so by using our hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. Also, do not forget that we have a number that you can call in right now and talk with our guest to ask your question related to health and fitness. So, without wasting any time, let me introduce here Mr. Ryan Peter Kukuk. Right, we are pronouncing it correct.
Yes, you're pronouncing it correct.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good, thanks. And you?
Yeah, I am very good, man. I'm perplexed to have you here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. You know, because we know that each and every morning we are determined to having the energetic start. You know, when we're speaking of energy, it's something that, you know, we can use different ways to energize ourselves. So now for someone who is watching and listening, can you please, you know, take us through who is Mr. Peter? What does he do?
Yeah, I do personal training. I train clients at their houses.
Okay.
Yeah, I do mobile personal training service. A little equipment in my car, I go to your house.
Yeah.
Train you in the comfort of your own home or at a local park if you feel more comfortable. Or if you want to like do more group training sessions with at least 5 people, then you need obviously more space. So then the park is also more effective. And then also help people with their meal plans. Tell them exactly what will actually help them. Help them reach their goals. Because your nutrition is at least 60% of your actual
60%?
results. Yeah, 60%.
Wow.
Training is just the 40%, but that's what actually activates everything, gets everything moving. You need to build muscle in order to now if you want to lose some weight. To burn the fat, the muscle actually burns the fat. So build a bit of muscle, it metabolizes the fat a lot quicker. And then also it helps as well if you limit if you want to lose in your carbs. You know, not too many, you reduce your carbs, increase your protein. And that also helps. Also a lot of fruits, vegetables, greens, anything green is a natural fat burner.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for that, because I know that we have so many misconceptions, that people go through, especially when you have to balance your diet and your exercises. Because one would say, like, I am eating a well-balanced diet and I'm training as well, but I'm not losing any fat, so definitely is something that we will get into shortly. But can you please tell me into, how did you get into this passion of becoming a gym instructor? Is it something that you've always wanted to do, or it just came as, going on in your journey?
Well, actually, being a teenager, I was very overweight. When I was 19, I was wearing a size 40 jeans. And, so I was like overweight. My buddy Travis said to me, come to the gym. His mom's like, yeah, come.
Yeah.
So I went to the gym. It was like 2007. Started training. And then, 2008, end of 2008, I saw a board on the whole thing of becoming a personal trainer. I'm like, okay, that I can go for. So 2009, I went and I studied at ETA in Randburg.
Yeah.
Did 2009 the personal training certificate.
Yeah.
And then I went for the second year for exercise specialist.
Yeah.
In 2010. So then I also got, with all my hours in there, I shadowed 2 professional bodybuilders, Amanda Stiles and Wynand van Wijngaard. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they pushed me, they drilled me.
Yeah. So
I dropped down to 82 kilos.
Wow.
From 98 at the time.
98.
Yeah, in 3 months.
3 months. So
82 kilos.
How was the process? How are you feeling at that time? Was it difficult? Were there moments where you're like, no, this is too much for me? I just need to back up because it's just becoming too much on my body.
No, for me, I was like, okay, like, I want to reach that goal. I'll do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
There was times I was sitting with deep heat patches on my arms, deep heat patches on the abs.
Yeah.
And just got drilled and paid off.
Wow.
I mean, when I first started, I couldn't do 1 pull-up when I first started training. And then I got to the point where I could do 40 in a row,
40. So those pull-ups, are you doing them maybe every night or, morning? It's a morning routine, afternoon routine, and nighttime routine?
I do with the pull-ups, I'll do it maybe twice a week.
Yeah.
Do like 4 sets till failure.
Yeah.
Like as many as you can do. Just push it. Because if you overwork a muscle like every day, you're not going to see growth because it needs rest to grow as well.
Okay.
So you have to drill the muscle, push it hard, get it nice and swollen, get the blood flowing in the muscle, and then afterwards do your stretches. And the next day just stretch it out, and then give it a day or 2 rest. Which is why I always do like a split program. Like train 4 days, but in between 2 days, you take a day and then train another 2 days and then you rest the weekend.
Yeah. So and speaking, because I wanted to get into the program one, is it possible that you can give someone a program and they use it in a right way and don't get the results that they need?
It could be possible. It does happen.
What causes that?
Like a lot of times, they deviate from the program. Either that or they get used to the program.
Yeah.
So if they get used to the program, then they need to change up because, as humans, we get used to the stresses on our body.
Yeah.
So now if you're used to walking 5 kilometers, you're used to walking 5 kilometers every day, you're not going to see a change if you do 5 kilometers. You need to then step it up 8 kilometers. Or 10 kilometers, you need to push it a bit further. So that's when the FIT principle comes into play. Your frequency, intensity, type, and time of exercise. So frequency would be how many times a week you'll be training. Your intensity would be your rest periods between your sets, how many sets you're doing, and then with your type of exercises, weight training, is it cardio, is it core training, is it your calisthenics, is it your flexibility, or your cardio training?
Yeah.
And your time is like how many how many minutes are you going to be working? Are you going to be training for an hour, hour and a half, or maybe 2 hours, depending on how you want to train. And then also your if you got, say now you train for too long, it can also cause you to just, your body just stops
Recovering.
Recovery as well. It also affects your
Also, you
recovery
have to be
as well.
careful of those as well. Yeah, because there are so many, people who are like, okay, I have the program, but now it seems to not working, and it speaks to the patience that one has in the journey that they're traveling in. So, speaking of, becoming a gym instructor, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it for the past 14 years, and
14. Wow. Wow.
Since 2010. So.
Quite a journey.
And, but while I was actually doing my second year, I was already working as a fitness instructor at Virgin Active in Randburg. And then after that, I went to Planet Fitness Wanderers. And since then, I've been training clients at their houses.
So, because I know that for most of the people, it's more of, when I become a fitness trainer or gym instructor, I have to have my own gym where I can call people in. But now, is it the kind of, training and instruction that you do to people that led you to becoming someone that we can call, or, you chose it that, I want to attend people's homes and do training with them?
Yeah, I chose it because also, also financially, gyms are becoming very expensive. A lot of people can't afford it, and then some people, especially ladies, they don't feel comfortable. Going and training in front of a whole bunch of people. They would rather do it more privately.
Yeah.
So then you train them more privately, then they feel a bit better. Then you can actually give them the attention, because a lot of people, they get lost. They go in the gym and they see all this equipment, and their minds just start spinning. I've seen it so many times. They go there to want to specifically work chest or something. Meantime, they're training the whole body. And they train the whole body every day on all the machines. But you need that core stability.
Yeah, someone to also take you through, because I don't know, because for most of the people, they feel like it's useless to have an instructor while I can do it myself. So can you please clear the misconception? Is it okay to go to gym and do everything by yourself, or you need a fitness trainer?
Well, some people can do it on their own. But some people, you need the guidance.
Yeah.
Like even if it's just for like a month, you get that guidance, and then you know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
It's like if you need that guidance, that push, because sometimes you get that case where they're not doing the form correctly. They need that correction to target the muscle.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing a shoulder press, you want to hit specifically that. You don't want to just lean back.
Also the specific times.
The chest, then they're not targeting the shoulders. Targeting more the chest because they're leaning too far back.
Wow.
And also like with the side raises for the shoulders, some people arch and then they bend their arms and they need to bring it out, you need to expand the body to get the muscles to work properly.
Yeah. So in terms of the types of fitness that are out there, do you specialize in any particular type of fitness?
Well, aim for more the bodybuilding and then the calisthenics.
Okay.
Yeah, and toning.
The color?
Calisthenics.
Calisthenics.
Yeah.
So what is that about?
That's about core workouts.
Okay.
Core, incorporating multiple movements, multiple parts of your body into the movements.
Yeah. I mean, still in conversation with Mr. Ryan Peter Cooks right here. What you can simply do is to post and write down your comments on YouTube. Just let us know what you think and what is it that you need to know from him, because we're still in conversation with him. this is the time for you to bring those questions right here so that I can read them, and he is here to answer those questions. So what are the most common mistakes that people do, when studying at the gym?
The most common mistake is they might just not use the correct weight for them. Either try and go too heavy too quickly and they end up injuring themselves, or their form and technique as well.
Yeah.
It has to be, you have to get a certain angle for the muscle to work properly.
Yeah.
Like say now for squats basically.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they squat with their knees first. They're supposed to squat with the hips first, and they can activate the glutes and activate the core better.
Yeah. Okay.
So you'll see them, going down on the squat, and then their knees are going out first. And then they load
what
the
are
bar.
they doing? Yeah.
Then you get the younger guys, they want to jump straight to the steroids.
Interesting. There are a lot of things, that we see, especially in gyms, and people get injured there. And now when it comes to injuries, yes, you need to take that rest so that you can have your, muscle recovery journey. So in terms of, having license, do you have any licenses, to deal and instruct people on doing these exercises?
Yes, I've got a diploma in sports science. 2-year diploma.
2 year. So doing sports, what course did you do?
Sports science.
Sports science. So in terms of doing sports science, are there variety of things you can do outside of sports science, or it's specifically for doing a gym instruction and becoming a fitness trainer?
Yeah, I can do nutrition as well. And then also help with taking people's body fat measurements, their checking their BMIs. The thing with BMI, it doesn't know if you're a bodybuilder or a sumo wrestler.
Okay.
Because it goes with your weight and your body.
Yeah.
With your height, weight, and your body type. But they don't incorporate the body type. It's just like weight and height.
Wow.
So it's just like your height, and step on a scale, and you're obese. Yeah. Underweight,
Throws you around.
So you have to take specifically the skin fold measurements. Like I've got a caliper there. I do the measurements, circumference measurements.
Yeah.
Like they step on the scale, and all that, I do the whole equation, work it out, everything on a piece of paper. And you come up, okay, so now.
Yeah. So in terms of, because I'm speaking about injuries and, when people need to go to, resting your muscle so that it can recover and continue to gym again, are you qualified, to instruct someone, based on the injuries that they have, or you will actually, recommend them to a doctor?
I think a lot of the times I would recommend to a doctor. If I think it's a severe injury. If it's just an overworked muscle, like you can see, okay, they've been just overtraining. Then I'll say, okay, rather just rest a bit, because like the pull muscles, like your biceps, your back, your hamstrings, those take 48 hours to heal after a workout. All your push muscles, like your shoulders, your triceps, your chest, your quads, those take 72 hours. So they take a little bit longer to heal.
Okay, so when looking into the trends, of how people are now getting into the space, of getting healthy and fit, we now having gym apps, right? So in terms of gym apps, are they really replacing gym instructors?
It seems like they're trying to, but at the end of the day, you need that human touch. You need that someone to go through you and see you physically and say, okay, this is what you need, this is what you're lacking. Have a look at your posture, They don't incorporate that. So if you're standing there and your shoulders are more stretched forward, then you can already see that this person, they're stronger in their chest, back is weaker. Or if how they're standing as well, if the knees are like bending backwards, and obviously the hamstrings are tight, are stronger than their quads. So
Yeah.
Then also incorporates, and you have to look at the posture, like the spine, to see if it's which way it's curving. Because some people, the one side is stronger than the other side, and it pulls the spine a bit skew.
Yeah. Yeah, because these chairs are actually limiting us, because I see you trying to do some of the demonstrations. I just want us, to take a break. When you come back, you're just going to show us few demonstrations that we can use, at home, right? Still in conversation with Ryan Peter right here. And if you're asking yourself before we go to a break, who is he? Just to get, a glimpse of what he does. He studied sports science at ETA in Randburg in 2009 and 2010. Second year was exercise specialist diploma. He was trained by 2 professional bodybuilders and had 15 years experience in the fitness industry as a personal trainer. Worked at Virgin Active as a fitness instructor in 2010 while studying, and worked as a personal trainer in Planet Fitness, and have been working for himself doing mobile personal training since 2012. As a teenager, also dabbling in Kung Fu back in 2006 and 2007. Started with his friend training at Vision Active because he was overweight. He was around 109 kg and very unfit, right? He dropped down to 82 kgs after being trained by Amanda Styles for 3 months. After he decided to study personal training in 2010, bulked up 105 kg muscle and was almost 95 to 100 kg. But after lockdown, he had a lot of muscle, as you can see for yourself right there. Mr. Muscle is joining us right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Yeah, so what you need to do right now is to not go anywhere, because when you come back, we're going to be demonstrating some of, the exercises that you need to use just to get, that body, on right places. So stay tuned, do not go anywhere, because after the break, we're doing the things that needs to be done.
Friends, come along with the Vooka team as time is spent
at the Vision Board and Peter event out at Curiosity in Maboning,
aimed at promoting positivity, creativity that breeds longevity.
Enjoy tasks like silent reading,
vision boarding, and live performances.
Vooka Breakfast Show brings you all things great and amazing with Sacred Sundays
in collaboration with Mwari Pizza for Vision Board and Pizza.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
Catch us every weekday morning, Monday to Friday between 7 and 10.
Right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network.
Always bringing you the best content possible.
Vooka Nati, wake up with us and kickstart your day on a great note.
This is your energetic start to the day.
Hey family.
Hi.
My name is Tisiga Mazbugo Shabalala.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
My name is Musi Miss.
My name is Mnguni.
On the
Vooka Breakfast Show.
Every weekdays from 7 a.m.
to 10 a.m.
This is where we are going to have our topical discussion featuring various aspects from different fields.
We're going to take care of you and it's going to be amazing, man. Right now I'm on the set of the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network.
Do not forget to subscribe.
That's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms.
Vooka.
See you there.
Show before the break, as we promised right here with Mr. Ryan, we are going to do some demonstration that you guys can use to get your juices up and to have a well-balanced body, because definitely we have some people who are bulged up inside this side and this side as well. It's not balanced, but definitely, as you can see, I have my right wing man here, Mr. Maningi, and Mr. Ryan here. We're going to be doing some demonstration that you guys can use right there at home. So please do make sure that you stay tuned and you pay attention to exactly what Mr. Ryan will be doing, because he has been doing this for quite some years. So he is experienced, and you will need, to do exactly what he does. So Mr. Ryan, can you please, take us through, some of the demonstration you have for us?
Yeah. Like with the...
Let's start with the shoulders.
Yeah.
Let's start with the shoulders.
With the shoulders, like if you got dumbbells,
Right.
you're going to do like a shoulder press.
Right.
Basic standing shoulder press.
Straight like this, straight, or
There you
supposed
go.
to be
Yeah, it's supposed to be straight.
straight.
So you don't want to dabble this way, because then you're going to be doing that.
Yeah.
Stand.
You're supposed to have a chair to lean on, right?
No.
Okay.
The chair, but you can do standing as well.
Then how
Just
do you
to
do
the-
it with the the push-up? There's also the one that they do with
No, there's-
push-ups.
Close. I don't know if
Yeah.
you can see it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
That. Go wide, and you're going to be hitting more the outside.
All
But
right.
if you come close, you're going to be hitting more.
Diamond one, yeah.
Triceps.
Let me do the open one. The diamond one, nah, I can't do. Let's do the open one. Like this.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
There we go. So for someone who's watching right now and doesn't know this kind of exercise, what do we call it?
Wide grip, wide push-ups.
Wide push-ups.
Yeah.
Okay. Wide
Wide,
push-up.
wider you out, the further out you go, the more you hit the outside of the muscle.
All right.
The closer you go, you hit more the inside, and then you start incorporating your triceps.
Yeah. All right. Wide push-up. What do we have on the next one?
Upper
Next one,
chest.
upper chest.
Okay.
Upper chest, what you can do is you just bring your legs closer.
Right.
And then you'll be hitting more your upper chest.
That one also hits the shoulders, right?
Yeah, hit your shoulders, your triceps, and your upper chest.
Let's do it more. Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's do it, bro.
Like this.
Yeah, like that. There we go.
There we go.
Oh yes. Come on,
There we
buddy.
go.
Ah, it's good.
So this one is the upper chest.
Yeah.
Deals
upper
with
chest.
your chest.
Also the shoulders.
All right. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. On the next one, what do we have?
Bicep and tricep.
Yeah, your triceps, you can be doing just like that, and you just bend your arms down.
Oh, that one is hard. We can skip that one, but people can see. Yeah.
Diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for the other tricep exercise, you can do with a chair.
Yeah.
chair.
Oh yeah, I see that one.
Sit-ups.
No, press downs.
Oh, we call them press downs.
Yeah,
Right.
press downs.
Okay.
Grab
Okay,
a
yeah.
chair.
Yeah. Can we have a chair that we can use just to
see
demonstrate
those,
on
like-
what you can do right there at home, of course, because we know, man, a lot of people, they don't have equipment to use to gym, and you can just
Like this.
yeah, this one
Like this. See?
Yeah, if you can balance the chair right there.
Yeah, that's
just
good.
like that.
Yeah.
So you
It hits
use
the
to-
tricep.
You use it to work
And then
your
you
legs
put
like
your-
that, or your legs need to be all
You actually
stretched
need to
up.
kick your legs more out.
Like this.
Further out. I think a little bit further than the plank.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we
do.
go.
Okay. Now I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can also lock your legs straight. There.
Okay.
Okay.
Then you're not using your legs, you're using more your arms.
To do wow,
Yeah.
interesting, man, interesting. Definitely, someone who's watching right now, they are taking notes on what to do. So, what would you say is the most important part, to exercise as someone who is beginning to, gym?
Yeah, learn to feel the muscles.
Yeah.
You can feel the muscles that are working.
Okay.
Because if you start feeling the burn, and if you're not feeling the burn in the way you want to feel it, then obviously your technique is wrong. You need to address it
Yeah.
and change your technique so that you feel it in that specific
Mm.
muscle group that you want to target.
Yeah. So, let me say I'm doing these right now. I just want you to, just take me on a standard nutrient diet that I need to have. So, what would you say is a standard diet one would need to have?
Obviously, you need to have your proteins, your carbs, and you need your greens and your fruits. Those are your 4 basic.
Yeah.
Anything over there, anything other than that is just extra, you know.
Just extra.
You don't really need it, you know.
So how safe it is for someone who is working out but also smoking?
It depends. Like, you know, in excess, it's gonna have a negative impact on you.
Right.
You know, you're gonna be, let's say, you get exhausted more quickly because your oxygen levels are now beginning to be taken up by nicotine, you know, and you're not going to be able your lungs are not going to be able to absorb the oxygen.
Yeah. So in terms of what would you recommend for someone who is trying to, you know, gain muscle or lose fat?
Okay, if trying to gain muscle, I'd recommend them increasing their protein and carbohydrates. And then to lose weight, to burn the fat, decrease the carbs. First of all, decrease the carbs, decrease your sugars.
Okay.
Right. So like your carbs, your bread, potatoes, pasta,
you
rice.
decrease on those.
Yeah, because when I first went on my first meal plan to lose the weight down to 82 kilos.
Yeah.
Amanda, she actually gave me a carb-free meal plan. No carbs.
No carbs,
no sugar.
Yeah.
Potatoes, pasta, rice, pop, bread, that was out.
Wow.
So I had to replace it.
So what are you replace with greens?
With greens, yeah. Broccoli, beans.
Okay.
Lettuce, cucumbers, tomatoes.
Yeah.
You know, I'd have that with my lunch.
Yeah.
I'd actually make me a tuna salad. I would take tuna with some cucumbers, tomatoes, apples, just slice it up and then just eat it like that.
Yeah.
And then like breakfast, I would throw me 2 eggs.
Yeah.
I would have a bowl of oats. No sugar. I just used to throw some honey in and that's it.
Yeah.
And you're done.
Yeah.
Still in conversation with Mr. Ryan right here. So what we're gonna do before we let him go, you know, if people want to reach out, you know, to you, you know, in terms of, you know, you coming over to the house, how do they reach out to you?
They can reach out to me on WhatsApp. The phone number's
for business, right?
Yeah, for business.
WhatsApp for business.
And it's not a calling number, it's just a WhatsApp number.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like sometimes, you know, otherwise you get random calls at like 11 at night, you know. So I just use it for WhatsApp only.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you can post it or if I need to.
Yeah, please call out the number.
083 397 3401.
Again, please.
083 397 3401.
Yeah, and also speaking of numbers, I hear that we have a voice note from one of our listeners and viewers right here. So I don't know if you know, we can hear it right now, or it's something that we're going to be playing it later. Maybe it's for you, Mr. Ryan. So can you please play the voice note right now, and just to hear what the viewers have to say with this. You know, prepared right there so that you can get to hear what the viewers you know, have to say right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. But you know, other than that, you know that to use the hashtag it's hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. We are having right here Mr. Ryan Peter. Okay, they say the voice note is okay. Can we please play it right now?
Good morning. I just want to ask about the tummy. Hey, I'm struggling with the tummy. It's getting bigger and bigger. What exercise can one do or one can take?
So I'm thinking that the question is from Hector Takalani saying that what are the exercises that one can do? And I'm assuming this is core exercises. And of course, he'll come back on our WhatsApp line and of course on YouTube in our comment section to correct us on that one. So, Mr. Peter, I think this one is coming for you, saying that what are some of the exercises that one can do to try and strengthen what I'm assuming is their core and their shoulders, like Maninge was asking you a bit earlier on.
Yeah.
All right, start with the shoulders.
Yeah.
Like with dumbbells.
Right.
Front raises are important. Your rotation exercises are important.
Okay.
In out, your side laterals, those are important, and also your shoulder presses are important.
Right. Yeah.
And as well as your upright rows, like if you've got a bar and you're rowing upright, your bent over rows as well, because a lot of people forget about the rear of the shoulder.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just as important. Like you see, like someone, you can maybe turn. Like a lot of people, their rear deltoids are not developed. They forget the rear.
And this part over here.
This part. They all focus here. If you focus a lot here, it ends up happening is your shoulder ends up pulling in.
That's
so if you so if you focus here, you get the more structured, and also with the traps as well. Also, you have to incorporate the traps.
Yeah.
That's why when I train clients, I always incorporate the trapezius with the deltoids.
Yeah. Then with the legs, let's talk about the legs.
The legs.
You said the mistake that they do is they bend their knees first instead of
bending their knees first, and then they want to squat. So important thing is to bring your hips out first, and then go down.
Oh, the hips.
Then you'll see your knees don't go over your toes.
Okay.
So that's the basic.
Okay, like this.
Doing it. Okay.
Like hip this, hip.
Yeah, hip out.
There
we go. You see,
that's the
one. See, now they didn't go over your toes.
Yes, man. Maninge,
killing it
right here, man, on the stage. But definitely, we hope that Mr. Hector is answered here by Mr. Ryan. While he's still here, please do make sure that maybe if you want to ask some question, you can send over your voice note again, to ask more. But I hope that you are answered. But for now, I think what we're going to do is to let Mr. Ryan leave, man. But I think you've shared so much, and thank you for coming here.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Awesome.
And I believe that we will have you next time right here with our team, wearing necessary clothes to train so that you can take us through everything that you do.
Yeah, because I also sell supplements as well. Like herbal life supplements.
Okay.
It helps, even though they're a bit more pricey, but you're paying for quality.
Yeah.
And it also helps with your energy as well.
Yeah.
So, and then I also do training programs, meal plans for people who are a bit further out. I give them a training program, meal plan. I just request a photo of them. So they're standing like there, and then from the side view.
Wow.
So I can see, more or less where their weaknesses are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just judging by their posture, and then I can work them out a training program.
Yeah, definitely. Our viewers will reach out to you, and we will be happy, to also give them your information right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So what you need to do, guys, is to stay tuned and updated, because we will be giving you more information. That was Mr. Ryan Peter, a fitness trainer that you need. Thank you so much, Mr. Hector, for also, asking the question, and I hope wherever you are, you were answered. So what we're gonna do right now is to let Mr. Peter go right here and continue with the contents of today right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. It is still a very beautiful Tuesday morning. So what I want you to do is just to stay there, because more is coming after the break.
Hey friends, come along with the Vooka team as time is spent
at the Vision Board and Pizza event out at Curiosity in Maboning.
aimed at promoting positivity, creativity that breeds longevity.
Enjoy tasks like silent reading,
vision boarding, and live performances.
Vooka Breakfast Show brings you all things great and amazing with Sacred Sundays
in collaboration with Mwari Pizza for Vision Board and Pizza. Mist.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
Catch us every weekday morning, Monday to Friday between 7 and 10.
Right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network.
Always bringing you the best content possible.
Vooka Nati, wake up with us and kickstart your day on a great note.
This is your energetic start to the day. Such amazing stuff. This is what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. The time right about now is 39 minutes past the hour, 9 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. A few seconds ago, just before the break, the one and only Maximum Temperature, my man, was hanging out with Peter Cook as he corrected us on the pronunciation of his surname. Just taking the guys through some of the exercises that you and I can try to do when we wake up on a day-to-day basis. Of course, he's a gym instructor who was overweight when he actually went into, trying to exercise and losing weight. And then after a few years, he bulked up and he got to a size and a weight of 105 kilograms of pure muscle. As you saw right there, that he was really taking Oplek Maningi through the ringer, man. Giving him all of those exercises just off camera a few seconds ago. I was telling him that I don't think I'm equipped. I don't think I'm equipped at all, to do those exercises and, to do those push-ups and stuff like that. But I hope, hopefully, you and I can go through those and we can try and keep fit as much as we can or as possible as we can, and we can try and exercise and keep as loose as possible as we can. So we have a few comments here, and I'm very sorry, man. I have to apologize to all of you right there on Facebook, because I'm always clicked on YouTube here to check the comments, but I see a few ones coming through on Facebook because we're also live on Facebook. This one is from Nomveliso Mtini saying, I'm choosing myself today, Shem. I love that. And then Abutuama 2000 is saying self-marato. Abutuama 2000 also loving himself. Because on a Tuesday, what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show is that we uketom tandayo, Black Manning, I'll tell you, right? Ukete tandayo on a Tuesday morning, every Tuesday morning. So people are
it's Tuesday.
Yeah,
Tuesday. Okay, it's the reason,
yes. Right. So Nomveliso and Abutuama 2000 is saying they choose themselves.
Choose yourself.
Rato. And then we're just shouting out to Nomveliso saying self-love wena gela. And then of course on YouTube we also have other comments that came through. Let me try and see if I can get those ones very quickly for you. There we go. Of course, you can keep engaging and connecting with us across all our social media platforms using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And then there's other ones coming in from Tembim Lee. Saying so yummy, and Uneliswa saying Mara Etmo, you just had to put that whole sandwich in your mouth to get the full taste. And then Hector Takalani coming through again saying let's report on the power outage in Dobsonville.
TK again coming back saying hashtag traffic from Midrand to the M1 south towards Santon. I'm thinking, or I'm assuming that there's other stuff happening out there. And then Takalani saying power was off since yesterday. So he was correcting, or TK is correcting Mo, saying that it is load reduction. It's not load reduction. So I think
out of power. Actually.
Cable theft is what happened. So cable was stolen around 3 a.m. on Monday morning, right? And that's what's happening in Dobsonville. Haven't had power since 3 a.m. in the morning on a Monday yesterday. And then Hector Takalani saying, hashtag Rent Show, I would be in my thoughts. I'm not sure if what he was referring to when he is mentioning that one. And then Mpomo, you're just giving out a shout out of fire. So clearly thinking or saying that we're giving 100% of a great show and a fire show. And then the last one,
man.
definitely, my brother. And then TK coming through on the last one, on the last comment you have on YouTube saying, hashtag the word of the day. I'm unbridled how I feel about ESCOM.
Dang.
He's unbridled about how he feels about ESCOM.
Dang.
So yeah, man, I love that people are using
he's
the hashtag.
Uncontrollable.
He's uncontrollable. He's
uncontrollable about ESCOM. Like you can't convince him otherwise.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So do continue engaging with us using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And of course, as you heard, the WhatsApp line coming through there with a voice note to TK using the number 060-493-3226. So that's 060-493-3226. So the competition is still continuing on about the rent show, Maningi.
Yeah.
And, people can still continue to try and figure out what the riddle means. So the riddle is titled The Ocean Adventure, right? And this riddle is aimed at you possibly standing a chance to win yourself 4 tickets that are valued at 340 rands each. The rent show will be taking place from next week, Thursday, the 17th of April, all the way to Monday, right, Mr. B? I'm not sure. To Monday, right? Easter Monday is the last day that you can visit the rancho. So the riddle is as follows. In a hall where sea creatures glow,
right,
walk through tunnels in a radiant show, feel the sand beneath your feet, an ocean escape without coastal heat. Where am I? So it's not a who, it's a where. It's a where am I? Yeah. You were saying?
So the tickets are only there to be won by someone who answers the riddle
correctly.
Single, like one person.
Yes.
There are 4 tickets that will be won by. There are 4 tickets, right?
Yes, there are 4 tickets.
That are going to be won by one person.
Yeah. Is it one person? Let's get it correctly. It's a family package, yes. It's a family package. So
if someone gets it right,
you win the 4 tickets as a package. So it's a family package,
Makes sense.
So we have a voice note very quickly before we head on out to Mo, who's going to give us an update as to how you can win or stand a chance to win the tickets. So let's quickly head on out to Mo and see what he has in store for us on that side. Mr. Mo, over to you, my brother.
See, man, we are outside, and thank you so much for the people who have been engaging with us. It's just to show them the power of live streaming. So this is what we will be doing at Rand Show. So going on to our Facebook, man, I can see that we have some of the engagement coming in. So I have a Nomveli Somtini. I am choosing myself today, Shem. Definitely it's a very beautiful Tuesday, and you might be asking myself, what am I doing right here? You know that we're still running the rain show competition, and Musi just read that riddle that you guys need to answer, right? So let me take you through simple instructions of what to do, man, in order for you to win. So, you know that today we will be giving away 4 tickets on our Facebook. Obviously, now I'm talking to people who are watching at Facebook. If you know someone who doesn't have YouTube, definitely refer them to Facebook, because we're not, sidelining people who are using Facebook. So, if you are on Facebook, you need to post a fun image related
related to the rain show with a creative caption, and they must also use the hashtags below. It's hashtag the place to be, hashtag rain show 2025, hashtag my rain show, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. It is the hashtag to use. Of course, maybe someone might be passing around and they don't know if we are running a competition of winning tickets to the rain show. Let me repeat so that the streets right here, they can hear me what I am speaking about. Maybe someone is listening and they want to win a ticket to the rain show. So the question and the riddle is, and we know that the riddle are always themed. So the theme is the ocean adventure, right? So the riddle is as follows. In a hall where sea creatures glow, walk through tunnels in a radiant show. Feel the sand beneath your feet. An ocean escape without coastal heat. Where am I? Definitely use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show to let us know what is the answer. Let me repeat that riddle again, right? In a hall where sea creatures glow, walk through tunnels in a radiant show. Feel the sand beneath your feet. An ocean escape without coastal heat. Where am I? Do make sure that you keep those comments coming in, and we can't wait to, get your engagement. Right here with me is TC Wakamazibugo. I don't know if she's ready for rain show, but definitely let me hand it over to her just to tell you about the experience we're going to have on the rain show. TC.
Amen, guys. I cannot wait to experience the best day out just right here in Johannesburg, and that is the Rain Show 2025. There is going to be so much in store for you. Do you know that Unkosazana daughter is going to be one of the people who will be performing on the day? I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm excited for that performance because I, for one, am a Nkosazana daughter a fan. How about you? Do you listen to Nkosazana daughter's music? I mean, there's also going to be what's her name? DJ Zinte, right? Yeah. Who else, Mo? Remind me, who else is going to be there?
Well, I think as of right now, they're going to confirm to us the people who are going to be coming in, because with last year's experience, I remember that Nomfundo Mo was supposed to be there at the rain show, but they had to cancel her last minute and bring in Amompela. So it was very epic what we experienced right there, but definitely looking forward to Nkosazana daughter, man. So yeah, man, it's what the rain show will be unpacking for you, but it does not only end there. The riddle still stands, guys. If you want to see yourself winning the ticket, do make sure that you give us the answer before the show ends. Right now we are 9 minutes till 10 o'clock. We are left with 9 minutes till we end the show. So we're going to be taking you through everything that you need to know. I'm going to be taking it back to Musi right there in the studio just to continue with the content of today. Mr. Musi, right back to you, sir.
Of course, man. This is what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Like I mentioned earlier on, that we're going to be streaming live from the Rain Show, taking place from the 17th of April all the way to Easter Monday. I'm not sure what the date will be, but it will be taking place from Thursday, which is Easter Thursday, all the way to Easter Monday. So we are going to be streaming live, like you just saw Make It in My Man with TC Shabalala Wakamazibugo right here out in the streets. That's what we will be doing, bringing you the best content ever, and of course it will be accompanied with a dose of positivity and bringing you an energetic start to the day. The Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blinko Network. Like Mo just mentioned, it is 52 minutes past the hour 9 o'clock. That's 8 minutes before 10 o'clock, and we get out of here. But we have been bringing you very, very, very cool stuff. So people are using our WhatsApp line, man, and I'm excited for that one. So we have one coming here from Z. I'm assuming it's Uzinzi. Before I get to that one, man, I have to give a huge shout out to the Mli family, man. Okay. Always, connecting and engaging with us. So already they are coming in, flying in into the WhatsApp line. So, Mr. B, I'm going to try and play Zinzi's WhatsApp voice note so that we can hear what she has to say to us. And let's give it a listen.
Good morning, Vooka Breakfast Show. Oh my goodness, what are you doing to us with this riddle? Like, I've been scratching my head, trying to think, and even, researched a little bit, but I still can't get it. But as much as I want these tickets, I'm just going to give it my best shot. And I'm going to say the answer is a deep sea anglerfish. My answer for the riddle is a deep sea anglerfish.
Very, very, very cool stuff. So I don't know what the correct answer is, man. Keep those responses on those answers flying in, man. We would love to hear what your thoughts are with regards to the riddle that we gave you, so that you can stand a chance to win all these 4 tickets that are a family package, and all priced at 340 each for the Rancho, starting on Thursday the 17th of April all the way to Easter Monday. And then we have another voice note coming in from TK. So I'm assuming TK will be responding to what he saw and how we responded to him with the question that he had earlier on. Let's listen to that one very quickly.
Any updates regarding electricity for Dobsonville residents?
Coming through, asking about any updates with regards to the Dobsonville electricity situation that's happening out there, where electricity or the cable rather was stolen from 3 a.m. on a Monday morning till this morning. People woke up to no electricity. So I'm getting an update very quickly saying that customers in Dobsonville, Jabulani, Meadowlands Zone 2 experienced power interruptions. Zone 1 power was restored. The estimated time of restoration for other areas was unavailable. Some customers reported power returning later in the day. One user mentioned rain caused damage, but someone is coming through saying still no electricity at Jabulani Muse. So that's the situation we're experiencing right here in Dobsonville. But we fortunately here in the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network in studio, are very fortunate enough to not have been disturbed and affected by the interruption, Maningi. So that's a good one for us. So do keep engaging with us across all our social media platforms, but of course specifically on WhatsApp, so that we can hear your voice using the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. Manengi, let me come to you. Do you have an idea of what don't give it away. The answer. Yes, but do you have an idea of what the answer might be?
One thing about Regals now when I'm so tough, man. They just get to expose you guti was gangakanani ngomhlaba.
Yes.
If you don't know any much about the world, then sorry, man. Regals are not for you.
Yes. Yeah. Look, I myself do not know the answer. They're keeping it on a tight lock right here in studio, keeping it to themselves. Our producers and our technical team is keeping the correct answer to the riddle to themselves. So, myself, even if you can try and get in contact with me, Nje, on the side, I won't know the correct answer, right? So, we're going to reveal that one, Mr. B, I'm assuming at the end of the week, or is it today? I'm not sure if we're going to reveal the correct answer at the end of the... So we're giving the correct answer today. Are we not giving them away at the end of the week, like it was mentioned?
So the tickets, we have a lot of tickets to give away. So when it comes to the one with the riddle, it needs to go out today. And then the Facebook ticket... they need to be going out tomorrow. So we need to announce the winner for the 4 Facebook tickets tomorrow. So we'll be giving out tickets from today until Monday. So meaning that each and every single day we need to have a winner. So guys, I hope you guys are racking your brains, and figuring out the answer, because history must pay la.
So what happens in the case that we don't have anyone who answers the riddle correctly?
Okay, so in the case that we don't actually have anybody that answers the riddle correctly, that means that we'll have to add the tickets to the other 2 tickets that we'll be giving away and make it another double ticket. But eventually, all of the tickets that we have
Need to be given away.
They need to be given
Okay.
away by Monday.
Okay.
So if the riddle iyaklula, you can just try going to Facebook and taking a picture of yourself, which is something that needs to also be related towards the range show itself, with a very creative caption. Well, with a very creative caption. Yeah,
definitely.
With a very creative caption. And then onto that caption, don't forget to also tag Vooka Breakfast Show at the hashtag the place to be, hashtag my range show 2020, my range show actually, and then hashtag range show 2025, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So I'm going to say those hashtags one more time. Hashtag the place to be, hashtag range show 2025, hashtag my ranch show, and hashtag the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys are gonna enter, because I don't know, maybe I should just reveal how many tickets we have going away.
No.
Mara,
Just
it's a
on the
lot.
day. Just on the day. Just for today.
Just know it's a lot. So for
today we're giving 4, right?
No, today we're actually giving a total of 6 tickets.
6 tickets. So
2 to our YouTube channel, to people viewing on YouTube, and then 4
on
will go
Facebook.
to people on
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay, because I'm already seeing that people are engaging with us right here on YouTube. But Mr. Mo, I don't know if you're monitoring Facebook there, because I saw Abutuama 2000 and Unum Veliso had engaged with us on Facebook. So right here on YouTube, someone is coming through, Slave Warrior, saying, love this man for real. So I'm assuming that he's appreciating and loving, the going outside with TC and more, just giving us a bit more information and showing you what we will be doing at the Ranch Show. Like I mentioned earlier, we're going to be streaming live, man, bringing you authentic, great content, man, with people who are doing amazing stuff in and around our communities. So be on the lookout for that one. And then Hector Takalani coming through saying, I'm choosing Maria on this Tuesday. So Osmaria is being chosen by TK, and I know Osmaria is a very lovely lady and is a wife to be, like TK mentioned a couple of weeks ago, to him, right? So he's saying that on this Tuesday, Mauketa Maning.
Yeah.
Uketa Mtanda, Uketa Omaria.
It's Tuesday. Who do you choose?
Me.
Yeah.
I always have a hard time whenever I have to choose. I have to answer this one. But
on the same side, just say you choose yourself.
I'll tell you. No. I'm not choosing myself. I'm choosing a friend of mine who I saw on Saturday.
Oh.
There's a friend of mine, a very cool lady that I hadn't seen in a while, and we spent some time on Saturday. So that was very, very cool. I won't mention Mabita. Mabita about to Atura, man. But she knows. She's watching now, and she knows who I'm talking about. Yeah, man. I'm choosing her on this Tuesday. And then the last one before you go, Afriperi, by Hector Takalani saying #Renshow 2025 inside the hall. So TK, please tell us: is this you responding? Yes. Is this you responding to the riddle, or is this you just giving a shout out to the Ren Show or us right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show? Right. So Takalani saying #Renshow 2025 inside the hall. Quickly before we end the stream, TK, come through back on our WhatsApp line or on YouTube. Tell us whether you are responding to the riddle in itself and giving the answer, or what you think the correct answer is, or you're just giving us a shout out. Yes, Ms. Afriperi?
Okay, so can I just say right now? So in order for you guys to actually even get the riddles properly, that means you need to go to the Rand Show Facebook page or the Rand Show social media pages and look at what they have that is actually new for this year. Because this riddle is based on something fresh that the Rand Show is bringing for you guys this year. So if you hurry fast enough and go to their Facebook page, you might see what the answer is, because the answer is literally in the concept.
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask again, right? But in a hall where sea creatures glow, walk through tunnels in a radiant show, feel the sand beneath your feet, an ocean escape without coastal heat. Where am I?
Yeah.
I repeat this again. So this will be a certain specific area at the Ren Show. The answer is in the riddle itself. You just need to give it the answer in a proper manner.
Yeah.
I repeat again. In a hall where sea creatures glow, walk through tunnels in a radiant show, feel the sand beneath your feet, and escape without coastal heat. Where am I? So if you can give us at least half of the answer, then we're willing to meet you halfway and give you the ticket.
Yeah.
Because I see this one is very tough.
So if you give a half answer, you get half tickets.
Yeah.
No, I'm assuming. So, if you're saying I need to money, maybe I'm better. You gave a half answer. I get it. So
I didn't give the full answer.
Yeah. So let's make a quick example, right?
Right.
My name is Musi Mist.
Right.
And they ask you as a riddle, who is one of the presenters or the male presenters on the Vooka Breakfast Show, who always wears glasses, maybe for example, right? And you say Musi. Right?
Yeah.
You're technically correct. You're not wrong, but you gave a what? Half answer. And you're missing the mist. So, Afriperi, are you saying if someone gives, for example, Musi, they will get, instead of 4 tickets, they'll get 2 tickets? Is that the thing, Mr. P?
So this one is for the YouTube, right?
Okay.
So let me just quickly answer. Are we going to be very, what's this?
Critical.
Giving to our very loyal listeners and viewers, or are we going to be very critical with this, Mr. Take? Are we
Mr. B, what are we doing? Are we giving full? Even if someone comes through with a half answer, are we giving full tickets? Are we giving them the entire tickets, all 4 of them, or all 2 of them, or are you giving one?
So it's one ticket, family ticket.
Sure, but I'm saying in the event that someone is giving a half answer, like I said, I made an example. Instead of saying Musi Mist, you say Musi. So do we give you both tickets, or do we give you 1 ticket?
So we're trying to give away clues now. So
yes. Okay, so we need the full answer. So you can't be coming with half answers here, right? And people are coming in on YouTube.
Here's a clue. So
you can
look
see
at the YouTube. So
on
if you
YouTube.
listen to YouTube or you're on our Facebook page, you can clearly see the clue there, right?
Yes, absolutely. You should be seeing where or what the correct answer is. So the correct answer we're looking for, guys, is a place. And like Afriperi just mentioned, that this place is new. So it's a new thing that they're doing at the Ren Show that will only be viewed for the first time right here on the 17th, or rather from the 17th
until
of
the
April.
21st.
Right.
Of April.
So as you can see right there on our stream, the picture is showing up to show you what will be happening and or what the correct answer is. That's a clue for you to try and discern what the correct answer is. So with the last few minutes remaining, take a picture of yourself very quickly using the hashtag MyRentShow, using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, using the hashtag, what are the other hashtags?
Hashtag RentShow 2025, hashtag
of course.
the place to be. So it's 4 hashtags. Hashtag the place to be, hashtag RentShow 2025, hashtag MyRentShow, and hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show.
Of course, so this is on Facebook. Take a picture, a very cool picture, creative, with a creative, very attractive and enticing caption, right? And of course, you can tag the Ren Show and tag the Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook with all those pictures that you'll be posting using all the hashtags we just gave you to stand a chance to win 4 tickets. So this is a family package. All these 4 tickets are priced or are ranged at 340 rands each. So we're going to be giving, I'm assuming, the correct answer, right, Mr. B? We're going to be giving the correct answer just before we close off the stream for today. But before we do that, let's head on over to our WhatsApp line to hear other voice notes. Hey, TK is always engaging, guys. YouTube, WhatsApp line, giving us a voice note. Come on, man. And
so what happens? What happens if someone gives a related answer but not the exact?
We want the exact answer. So we just gave clues. I get the clue is it's a place, like you said. I get Afriperi, and we just showed the clue also on our stream. Right, our technical team was showing you what the place looks like, and so that you can have an idea. So we are not dealing in half things here.
That's why I also hinted that they can also head over to the Rain Show Facebook page to see the new amazing things that they have for this year.
Yeah.
So the answer is in the new things they have this year, and it's on the Rain Show Facebook page. So we'll hurry up to there.
That means it's a given answer.
Sorry?
That means it's a given answer.
It is. That's the point of a riddle. We give you clues, you try to discern and deconstruct and what the correct answer is, and you can send a voice note.
Always in the riddles.
Absolutely. So let's have a listen to the voice note that TK just gave us.
My answer would be the war.
Let's listen to that.
My answer would be the wall.
The wall.
I think I think it was actually saying hall instead of wall, and unfortunately, TK.
Wait. Let's try to make a correction here. Is he saying the wall or the hall? What are we saying, Mr. P? What are you hearing? Are you hearing the wall or the hall? Okay, so he's saying the hall, right? We'll come back. We'll come back to that one. And then let's listen to another voice note here. This one is, I'm not sure who is it coming from. Portable Baby. Portable Baby coming through with a WhatsApp on this one. And let's listen to this one with a voice note.
Vooka Breakfast Show. My name is Mpomoyo. Shout out to Vooka.
Hey.
Well, guys, my answer is aquarium.
Aquarium. Let's listen to that one more time. Mpomoyo.
Morning, Vooka Breakfast Show. My name is Mpomoyo. Shout out to Vooka. Well, guys, my answer is aquarium.
Aquarium. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. It's getting heated. We have a few minutes. I promise you, we have less than 5 minutes before we end the stream for today. And we want all those things. So I'm not sure if you can monitor on Facebook there, Mr. Mo or Mr. B. You can see on Facebook whether the pictures are coming through with the hashtag MyRancho, the hashtag Rancho2025, the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, and the hashtag The Place to Be. A very creative, cool picture with a creative caption. Manning, right? So that and tag the Rancho, tag Vooka Breakfast Show, so that we can see if those pictures are coming through, and we can maybe perhaps almost give you the tickets, right? So I'm being told here that the correct answers is not aquarium. So aquarium is an incorrect answer, right, Mr. B?
But it was pretty close.
It's not too far.
It's not too far.
So
Mpo, you're very close. Just think
again. Come through very quickly again using the same number.
You know, miss, this reminds me of back in the days when we used to grow up and we used to play the hide and seek. For instance, we hide this phone, then we say, look for the phone, then we'd be like, yeah, we are she.
Yes.
Now,
So that's Mpo, right? But I'm not sure about TK. So TK is saying the hall. Very close. You're not far, TK, but you're not completely correct. So like we said that we're not giving away for half answers, guys. We're not giving away half answers. We want the entire full answer, right? To remind you of the riddle one more time. The title of the riddle is The Ocean Adventure, right? And the riddle reads as follows. In a hall where sea creatures glow, walk through tunnels in a radiant show. Feel the sand beneath your feet. An ocean escape without coastal heat. Where am I? So this is a place in the Rancho, guys. This is a place in the Rancho. Quickly one, very quick one before we end. Mpomo, you're coming through again with a voice note. Let's listen to this one.
Okay, I think I got it. It's a fish tank, guys.
A fish tank. You're coming. Useza. You're warm. You're coming through. But anyway, time is not on our side. The time right about now is 11 minutes past the hour, 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, the 8th of April, 2025. So we've been talking for a while. Let's quickly take the last break for the morning. Grab a glass of water, a cup of coffee. Let's pay our bills, and you and I will see each other right after this cool stuff. exciting stuff right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. Look, man, we'll always be taking such good care of you right here on a day-to-day basis, every weekday morning, Monday to Friday, between the hours of 7 and 10 a.m. And you'll always be hanging out with me, the one and only MOOCEE Mist, but I'll never be alone. I'm never alone, and I'll never be alone. And part of the people who always be with me is Afriberry. The Takale Berry, the Sweeter and Tonton, and of course the one and only who's joining us for the first time this morning, Black Maningi. Hey man, I love that intro that you gave, man. Hey man, come on.
Yeah. People
yeah, I'm trying to give that I'm trying to give that, but it's fine. We'll sort that out a bit later on. So there's WhatsApps again coming through. Mpomoyo coming through with the last voice note. Must be a seashell then. Seashell, guys, she's saying. Let's listen to the voice note quickly.
Okay, this is my last answer.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Ocean Wonders.
Oh my God!
This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
For pulling through for that last answer. You know what? By the way, because you've won a ticket to the 2 tickets to the Rain Show, please kindly send us a WhatsApp text with your name and the person you'll be going with, including your phone number and email address.
Yes.
So that you can get your tickets, honey.
Yes, well done.
This shows Musi giving up is not an option.
It's not. It's not. Black Money. It's not. So the tickets that are remaining are for Facebook. So the 4 tickets that are remaining are for Facebook. Like Afriberry said before the break, today we're giving away 6. So 6 tickets, 2 on YouTube and on WhatsApp, like Mpomoyo just came through with the correct answer. And then 4 on Facebook. 4 on Facebook that are accompanied. So how you can stand a chance to win those ones is by taking a very cool picture with a cool, interesting, enticing caption, tagging the Vooka Breakfast Show and the Rand Show with specifically, because we're not going to take pictures that don't have these hashtags. Hashtag the place to be. Hashtag Rand Show 2025. Hashtag my Rand Show. And of course, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. We can't wait to hear from you and see you on those pictures. But a huge congratulations to Mpomoyo, who just gave us the correct answer, saying Ocean Wonders is the correct answer to the riddle. So we're going to be getting in contact with her using so that she can get her tickets, and we'll take a very quick video with her, giving her those tickets. I can't wait to meet her. So Mpomo, you're saying I'm choosing Afriberry. Love you. Man.
Oh my God.
Such cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. So with that being said, I can't wait to see from you or hear from you on Facebook, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that people can share those photos and we can get to them. So Zinzi coming through on the last one. This is the last voice note we're listening to, and then we have to get out of here.
Hi, Vooka Breakfast Show. I know I wrote on the YouTube comment, please check the time that I texted. I said Ocean Wonders.
Okay, we're gonna do that. Let's check that out very quickly. Let's check that out. So, because we have to be fair.
That's a competition for you.
We have to be fair. So Uzinzi said she came through on YouTube with the correct answer. Tumza 6 says that's a mouth watering. Tembimli, Hector Takalani, too much sugar. Nelly Iswa, Mo, you have to put, okay. Let's report on the power outage. Hector Takalani. And she's right, actually.
What time?
Mr. B. So let me see if I can get the correct time. Let me see if I can get the correct time. But I'm giving the answer. Okay, so sorry? 6 minutes past 10, okay? Let's check Mpomoyo's comment. The voice note.
Mpo's comment came after. It was
6 minutes past 10. And then Mpomoyo's one was 12 minutes past 10. So there's a difference of 6 minutes. sheesh, very, very, very close, very close, very close.
So what
but
are we gonna do
I
in
have to
this
give to Zinzimli as well. I have because he also gave the correct answer.
You know, now it becomes a bit of a debacle.
Yes.
Do we now go back and say on Facebook, well, okay.
No, the Facebook ones are different.
The Facebook ones are different.
Because it's the pictures again.
So Uzinzine, we owe you, we also call it a ticket.
Yes, definitely.
So Zinzi will have to come back to you and give you tickets, but also like we just said to Umpone, please send us your details, the person you were going with to the ranch show.
Yeah.
Your name.
No, that's Umpo.
No, I'm talking about Zinzi.
Oh, Zinzi, yeah. No,
Yes.
Zinzi, we know her. Yes.
Yes, so your full names and the person that you'll be going along with, including your contact details and your email address.
Yeah.
So today it looks like we have 8 winners. So depending on if people get the correct caption on Facebook, if they don't get the correct caption to by 12 p.m. midnight, because we'll be announcing the Facebook winner tomorrow when we get in studio around 9ish. So if we do not get the correct person for that caption and the perfect picture for today, so it means that the tickets will carry over for the tickets from today will carry over to tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys got that correctly. So it means you have until 12 midnight. That's when we're going to close our Facebook competition line, not 1 minute after 12. 12.
Yeah, straight.
Midnight. That's when we're going to close off the Facebook competition. And then if we fortunately do not find the correct person with the right proper caption, that means you guys will have to restart all over again tomorrow for a chance to win those 4 tickets to the ranch show.
Yeah.
But for winners today, Uzinzimli and Umpomoyo, congratulations.
Definitely.
And we also hope that when you pull through to the ranch show, you're also going to, pass by us and
interact with us,
have an interaction with us, take pictures with us.
Yeah.
You never know, hey?
Yeah, definitely. Maningi, I don't know. Are you excited about the ranch show?
Yeah, man. I'm excited for the experience.
Yeah.
Excited for the experience to meet people, have those interviews, all those stuff.
Yes,
very
definitely.
much excited,
Definitely. It really promises to be a great one this year. I promise you. The Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blinko Network. We will be streaming live from that one. Before we close off, there's a report here from Eskom with regards to the outage out at Dobsonville. Right, says hashtag Eskom Gauteng, hashtag Naledi outage, hashtag update. Our teams are still hard at work on site. Unfortunately, progress is being delayed by water in the trenches where the cables are located. At this point, we are still unable to give an estimated time for restoration. We sincerely apologize for the ongoing inconvenience and assure you that we are doing everything possible to restore power as soon as we can. So that's the response by Eskom regarding the situation that's being experienced by Dobsonvillians and of course residents of Naledi. So I saw someone posting on WhatsApp saying they haven't had electricity for like 3 days. Since I'm assuming this is since like Friday or Saturday. So when
Sunday,
when Imvula ineta, it causes disruptions and stuff like that. So hopefully Eskom will try and restore that one and get it fixed as soon as possible. With that being said, that was your epic and energetic start to the day, giving you a dose of positivity on a day-to-day basis right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. Always taking such good care of you. Of course, you'll always be hanging out with me, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Musi Mist, and I couldn't have been happier to have spent some time with you this morning. Today we're hanging out with Ryan Peter Kuku, a gym instructor who was giving us a few demonstrations, man, trying to vodka ourselves, like everybody say, and he was such a pleasure to have in studio, hanging out with Black Manning and Mweketi My Money. Tomorrow is no exception whatsoever. Comedy Wednesdays right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, where people who are funny and well versed in the space of comedy are going to be joining us in studio. So be sure to be on the lookout for that one. But of course, I'm not alone and I'm never going to be alone, guys. Yes, Maningi?
Now I go by the name Black Manning, the peacemaker, the great messenger of all time.
Yes.
Peace out, y'all.
Hey.
Yes, and I go by the name of Afri Berry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze, the darker the berry, the sweeter than Tuntun. Nandi Mamyama, Mam Klopilik Tekatekin, but Marloka Famana me, where I come.
Yeah. Very, very cool.
Good stuff. So, a quick shout out to the Itate Foundation and Itate Media for providing us with the water right here in studio. On a day-to-day basis, our thirst is always quenched by this amazing tasting water by the Itate Media and Itate Foundation. So, a huge shout out to them, and we appreciate them, just getting in contact with us. And very cool stuff. With that being said, let you and I and the rest of the team right here in studio see each other tomorrow bright and early, same time, same place, and we can engage and interact and share our thoughts and our opinions and everything else in between. With that being said, stay safe, stay hydrated, stay healthy, and stay safe on the roads, as TC was always giving you your traffic update. With that being said, I'll see each other tomorrow morning. Come on, man.